Yo, I don't know how to open. I do not know how to open a stream. Jesus Christ. How do I go from opening a review, opening videos for years, I still don't know how to open and end a stream? Welcome everybody, this is Griever back here, clearly not being able to open a stream correctly, with some hype, with some bang, bang, boom, let's go, fireworks, flames, all that stuff in between. Alright, so, we are here for Shuumatsu no Valkyrie chapter 43 reaction. The double chapter was dropped. We had chapter 42 2 days ago, and then chapter 43 dropped about, I don't know, like 10 hours ago, something like that? No, it wasn't. Yeah, something like that. It was dropped at like 4 in the morning my time, or like 8 a.m., something like that. And now we're here. I got off work a little early so we could do this reaction sort of before supper, after lunch, you know. Afternoon streams. You gotta like it. Proper lighting from the window. You gotta like all this shit, right? So, if you're new to the stream, if you're new to the Griever style of streaming, clearly this was not a good stream to open on, but if you are here, I'll tell you right now, we do a 5 to 10 minute runoff at the beginning of the stream. We let people jump in sort of idea, because I might schedule a stream for, 4 p.m. and sometimes it started a little early, sometimes it started a little late, sometimes I'm right on time, but either way, I like to give everybody a chance to jump in. It goes live, YouTube notifies everybody, it gives everybody 5 to 10 minutes to jump in, right? So that's usually what we do. I ramble on like I'm doing right now for the next 5 to 10 minutes. Check back in about 5 to 10 minutes and we'll start the chapter, if that's all you're here for. But if you're here for me, if you want to talk to me, now's your chance. Go to the chat. Which, by the way, we will go to the chat. Dragon's Rage. Yo, what's up, Dragon's Rage? Black Jesus. Oh, you know what? I kind of like that. I'm sure that people have done that before, but I've never actually seen that. That's cool. Black Jesus says, yo, what's good? Yo, what's up, Black Jesus? The one above all says, now I am on the right time. Also, first one to arrive at that. I don't know. I think Dragon's Rage and Black Jesus beat ya one. I don't know. Hard to say. You might have been in here first, but did you enter the chat first? Yeah. Cool. All right. So, yeah. Let's just talk about while the chat's sort of, well, that was easy. Caught up with the chat. Usually that takes a while, but all right. Why don't we talk about my predictions for this chapter going right off? Apparently this is entitled, the chapter title is Round 6, I believe. Yeah, Round 6. So we only got one transition chapter. That's odd. Actually, I find that a little odd. Do you guys? I'd have to go back and see. Maybe the only reason I find it odd is because last chapter was short. It was less than 30 pages. Because it was 30 pages total, and that includes ending and opening pages. So it was like 29, 28 pages. That's sort of short. So even if between previous rounds of this series, if we only got, one chapter between transitions of rounds, they must have been longer chapters, because that felt really, really short. It was really good. Chapter 42 was great, but it also felt really short. So if this legitimately, we're starting round 6, let's go. I mean, I'm pumped for that. I assume you guys are super pumped for that too. But I'm just like, okay, all right. Like, I even questioned 2 days ago, I questioned in stream, is Buddha actually going to be one of the contenders in round 6? Like, Zeus went up and asked him to be the next fighter for round 6. But will he actually agree? I threw out that theory. Like, Zeus didn't say, okay, Buddha is fighting, or Buddha didn't come up and say, I'm fighting the next fight. Dun, dun, dun. It was, I think you should fight round 6. And once again, we know that Buddha was the one who apparently taught the Valiant. He's sort of playing a little bit of both sides of this fence, sort of like Heracles did, but in a more conniving, behind-the-scenes sort of way, right? So, and who's he going to fight? Let's assume for a moment, let's just assume for a moment that Buddha is going to fight in round 6. That this chapter is going to confirm he's going to fight in round 6. Okay, but who's Buddha going to fight? I actually had this comment, a couple questions asked me today, and I said no freaking clue. Even if Buddha is the one who is fighting, and we find out this chapter that yeah, Buddha is going to be round 6 for the God side. Nobody on the list. Like, some of them speak to me. Some of them, like Anubis versus Rasputin. That's easy, right? Odin versus Leonidas. Easy. Like, there's some easy matchups that you can clearly see, right? A lot of people say Apollo versus Simon. You know, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that, right? But Buddha just strikes me as, now, to be fair, I don't know the grand details of everybody. And as I have explained in my my Reality versus Ragnarok series for 2 videos thus far, the next one should be out next week, that it's very difficult, you know what I mean, to assume, because look at the poetic license and the interpretation that has been taken with all these characters thus far, all these gods, all these goddesses, all these human beings of history. Look at how they've been interpreted. Some have been totally flipped from what history tells us or what a Wikipedia page. So I can look up Tesla, Rasputin, and Nostradamus. I can look them up all I want and do as much research as I want on them. And Record of Ragnarok could totally flip that 180. None of it would have prepared you. So, that being the case, I don't know anybody who could take on Buddha like for like an intriguing matchup off the bat. So, you know, but once again, the interpretations that they're going to use for the remainder of the characters in the fight will probably like bulk that out. Do you guys know what I'm saying? I hope I'm explaining that right. Tenryo's in here saying, more Ragnarok goodness. He's right. Alfred is in here, said, man, you'll love this chapter. My Discord's actually popping off today. I've seen a lot of people talking about it. People talking about Odin, people talking about the chapter, people saying it's 10 out of 10. So, interesting. And thank you for everybody who was in the Discord, who wasn't spoiling. I know Vib warned everybody, like, all right, let's not give too much away. You know, Griever does check the general. I haven't checked spoilers, hence the spoilers tag. But everyone was really good about that, so thanks, guys. Dragon's Rage also said, very good chapter. Keishan Prime is in here. Yo, what's up, Keishan? Says, go check out his channel. Plug, ladies and gentlemen. Said, it was a good chapter. You won't be disappointed. See, even when I get off work early, the day a chapter drops, and I can start a stream early, somehow, Keishan still gets his stuff out first. Dang nabbit. So, but yeah, go check out, stay in my stream, guys. Stay in my stream. But after my stream is over, go check out Keishan Prime's reaction video to this chapter. Because if it's as fire as everybody's telling me, Discord and chat, then I think we're in for a wild ride. Keishan must have had a good time too. He said it was a very good chapter, won't be disappointed. The Tengula. I'm wondering where's the Tengrotha. Says, lol, I watched your reaction, Keishan. Cool. Yeah. That's awesome. Fine says, hey, Fine. Nice to see you in here. Black Jesus says, yo, is there a link for your Discord? It should be in the description box of all my videos. Some people tell me it's broken link, but I think I fixed that. I'm not sure. He says, I found it. Okay, perfect. All right, well, we have like 14 cats in here waiting, apparently. I've got 15 people. I got 15 people in here waiting with only 4 likes, guys. What the hell? Come on. Let's go. 15 people in here. There should be 15 likes. I mean, I haven't done anything yet, but still. Assume that I'm good. Assume that you will be entertained. Are you not entertained? So, yeah. Black Jesus said, nah, it worked, thanks, no problem. Welcome to the blah, 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 blah. And who the hell is texting me? Gonna stay home, I think. Okay, that's my brother. All right. We'll deal with that later. All right, so, no time for texting. We are streaming Record of Ragnarok, Chapter 43, Round 6. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. And the link is in the general chat of my Discord, guys. If you want to follow along, just scroll up a bit. That's where I get my links. My Discord is so nice to me. My boys are nice to me. They always drop me the links and everything. So, all right. So let's go. It is 45 pages. That's what I'm talking about. 45 pages of greatness. Let's do this. All right. Chapter 43, round 6. So I'm sort of hoping, just one more prediction before we get underway. I'm sort of hoping that it might be entitled round 6, but by the end of the chapter is when boom, boom, they square off. And this is still a mostly transition chapter. That's what I'm hoping for, guys. That's what I'm hoping for. But if we start off strong with a fight, okay. Let's just see. All right, so. Oh, and I just read the first line. I was originally going to save your turn for much later, but as we all know, I think Odin's going to be the final fight. Odin versus Leonidas. Almost everybody has stacked Odin versus Leonidas, with Brunhild being the Valand for Leonidas. So, nah. But, yeah, so Buddha was going to fight much later. I was going to mention that, and I don't think I mentioned it last stream, just right off the bat, was we're going to save your turn for much later. The fact that there's clearly a lineup, remember? Like, they all have already chosen their round. So Buddha was not supposed to fight round 6 in the same way that Zeus was not supposed to fight round 2. Because Zeus came up and said, I'd like you to fight in round 6 at the end of the last chapter. But if there's already a set lineup, why would Shiva have been pissed? Right? Because he said, it's my turn. So they've already predetermined. We don't know what the order is on either side. But Brunhild seems to just sort of pick and, as she goes. But the gods seem to have already a set order of who's fighting what when. And this is sort of flipped on its head again, like round 2 with Zeus. And ironically, it's once again Zeus, the one interfering, goes on to basically say, I want you to fight in round 6. I didn't bring it up last chapter, but this line right here, opening bit, totally makes sense. I was originally going to save your turn for much later, but... So, there's clearly a set order, and Buddha was probably supposed to fight like round 10 or something. Alright, let's see. Buddha's still eating his chocolate. Looks over. I want you to go next. And one other thing. A lot of people were pissed off about Buddha's design initially. Now, I wasn't super happy with it. I thought it was over the top, but I didn't mind it. Like, I wasn't insulted or been like, it's a shit design. No, I think it's a pretty cool design. I just thought it was a little too much. Like, everything had to be hipster. Like, there wasn't a part on him that you didn't scream hipster. Like, at this point, the only thing missing was, like, black fingernails. Like that sort of idea, right? Like, that's the only thing. And I felt that was a little over the top, that they could have, like, toned it down a little bit, like maybe the t-shirt or something, the tank top just blank or something like that. But either way, I actually sort of like Buddha's design, and the more we see of him, I've really been enjoying his design, especially his character thus far. So, alright, so that's page 1. Let's see what Buddha says to this. Because once again, I'm not convinced that Buddha is going to be the fighter for round 6. Like, Zeus told him to. That doesn't mean Buddha's going to listen. Because we talked about this in the last stream. A lot of people asked me, is Buddha as strong as Zeus and Odin? We all assume that Zeus, Odin, and Buddha are all in one tier of the gods. And maybe Buddha is, maybe he isn't, but it's not a bad assumption to say Buddha is not, he's not going to be Shiva, who can be told what to do, But let's see. Zeus Chan. Why do you want to destroy humanity so much? Ooh, asking the real questions. Okay. Ho, ho, ho. Because I don't like losing. That's why. As long as we fight, we win. Such are the gods. And we have Buddha smirking, and Zeus looking pretty terrifying there. Pretty terrifying. Because I don't like losing. That's why. This actually, okay, Buddha asked a good question. Zeus sort of took it in a weird direction, really. Because what Buddha was talking about was like, we all, like, you voted to destroy humanity. It's about your feelings towards humanity first, is what Buddha was sort of asking, in my opinion. And Zeus went, oh, well, we need to defeat humanity because I don't want to lose the game. You know, but the game only came about because you wanted to destroy humanity. So Buddha's talking about one thing, Zeus is talking about something else. You know. But yeah, I mean, it's still, he hates losing. As long as we fight, we are the gods. We win. I mean, okay. All right. Let's see. And Buddha's actually looking like a badass. First thing I thought of, I don't know why, is it just the sunglasses? But because we don't see Buddha's eyes right now, the first thing I thought of was like old school like B movie, like Top Gun or something like that, or something. You know what I mean? Like Aviator sort of style. Like he's just, you got that look. Ah, excellent. You know. And he says, "Nice. I like your spirit." Ha 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 ha. All right. So Buddha looking fierce. Buddha looking like a badass. Those fangs really, really, really do it. I don't have enough hair to do what he does. I mean, I do my own sort of thing. I do my girly hairstyles and I do my ponytails and stuff. I don't do man buns. But Buddha's got enough hair, he can pull that sort of shit off, so. Nice, I like your spirit. Okay, so I'm all right. Let's just see what's next. Zeus is like emanating all this like wind and power right now. He's just like, whoosh, everything's just going everywhere. And he's saying, so how about it? All right, they're squaring off. You know what this reminds me of? Toriko. This reminds me of the Emperor Ring concept. I love the Emperor Ring concept. It was a great way to showcase these things are people that are on the level of a natural disaster. When you have two natural disasters clashing, an Emperor Ring is formed. And they call it the Emperor's Ring because these guys are emperors. You know, they are gods. They are top dogs. And it's only formed when two natural disaster level people sort of, boom, and their aura alone sort of clashes. I'm sort of getting that vibe here. Like, we've gotten this before in Record of Ragnarok, but that same feeling from Toriko, that, oh shit, like, you know, it's not the look, it's not what they're saying, it's just it's the aura. It's awesome. So, how about it? Yeah, Buddha didn't actually agree. So, Zeus is staring up. Buddha's looking down on him. Oh, he's looking pretty serious. KK! Oh, Buddha's so with the times. He's going to say, hashtag we'll do it next. So he's smiling, he's laughing, he's like, okay, KK! KK Zeus-chan! All good! Ikadakimasu! You know, oh man, okay, Buddha's fun. Buddha's fun. So he hugs Zeus. And Zeus is standing still. Okay, so he's hugging him. Let's see. Like, this is a really tense moment. It's just a hug. Like, he's already... The tension should be gone. But somehow, Zeus's aura going off is less tense than this one panel of him just, like, hugging a very... I'm Zeus. You're hugging me, Buddha. Do you know what that means? Like, it just... feels, and it's silent, white background. Kubo would love this. Bleach fans, we know what a white background signifies. People bitch about it. No. White backgrounds are greatness because they make panels like this. There's no problem with this panel. Then have fun, all right? So Buddha agreed. Well, Buddha also was on the lineup, so it wasn't like Buddha was ever not on the lineup. Same with Heracles, he was on the lineup, and I'm pretty sure that other gods probably wanted to fight. Like, some of them were probably like, yeah, I'm fighting. Some gods were like, yeah, all right, you do it. I don't want to waste my time. Probably some of them were like that. Some of them wanted to fight. I'm sure there was more than 13 gods who want to take a shot, especially now that they've seen what humanity's capable of. But Buddha agreed, even though he was the one to teach the Volund. So, As I said, this is interesting. Or maybe Zeus, because by the sounds of it, it seems like Zeus is the one, as the Chancellor, Supreme Chancellor of the Gods, Palpatine style, he's the one who might have even made the list and decided who was going to fight. I don't know. Like, who decided that? We have Brunhild picking who's going to fight on humanity's side, when and where, but as far as the gods, who decided? Who decided that? Have fun, all right? All right, so wind in the trees, and then we got Brunhild again in goal. Is there any man who needs a reason to protect what's dear to him? As I said, I mean, it was a great Adam line. It really was. It was a great Adam line, and it was changed here by Brunhild and stuff. And we like to call back to Adam and how all of humanity, for the one and only time in history, all came together for their forefather. That was really great. Yeah. So let's see. Goal's still running. Yeah, the fate of the whole human race is on Sister Brunhild's shoulders. I still call her Brunhild, even though she calls it, like, these translations are Hildy or Hilda or whatever. Hildy. I don't think you're supposed to pronounce the E. Like, it's supposed to be Hild, right? Or is it supposed to be Hildy? I don't know. I always call her Brunhild. Anyways, I need to help Sister Brunhild as any way I can. Okay, so Goal she's been crying, she's been upset and stuff, and now she's started to, like, go, all right, well, I need to help, and yeah, it's my job too. I'm a Valkyrie sister. Okay, see, we're getting small little character developments in the background, right? Like, Loki and Buddha have yet to fight, but we already know something about their character. We've seen with how they act. Same with the Valkyrie sisters here, with Goal and with Brunhild. So, the sickbay should be around here somewhere. And then it says, Liefraberg. Liefraberg. I'm sure that's Norse for... Liefraberg is a mountain of healing in Norse mythology. Ah, the mountain of healing. Liefraberg. So let's see. Who's going to be in here, though? Who's going to be in? You know who's going to be in here? Like Shiva, Sasaki, Jack, the Valkyrie sisters, maybe. I said about that the last stream. Like, she's always crying about the loss of the other sisters. But as far as we're aware, and I think Miss Content was the one to point it out in the last stream, that in round 3, we actually saw the Sasaki's Valand turn back into Valkyrie sisters. It's not a permanent thing. If they win, they can turn back out of a Valand form and be Valkyrie again. So it's interesting, as I said, with Gaul going through all this and not understanding it and constantly crying as she loses sister after sister, you would think that the other sisters would, like, be there to console her. Like, where did they go? So, but maybe they need a lot of healing from doing the Valand. I don't know. But who's all going to be in the sick bay? There it is. I need some bandages for Sister Hildy's injuries. Oh, right. She basically broke her fist slamming it against the wall. That was pretty brutal. Huh? Okay, so there's a bunch of doors. V for Vendetta. He's behind door number 5. He's behind the V. Yes, yes. Get V. Get V in this fight. I know we already had Jack the Ripper, so we don't need Guy Fawkes and we don't need V. But still, I'd love to see Guy Fawkes or V. It wouldn't make sense, but I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. It wouldn't make sense. One of the original concepts that you guys might not know is that Babe Ruth was going to be, I believe it was Babe Ruth and there was another athlete. Was it Bruce Jenner? No. There was another athlete that was potentially going to be one of the fighters in the... somebody said something about the original concept and who was going to be fighting. So, I mean, it's like if Batman was here, that'd be a little weird, but yeah, anyways. Man, this is going to be a long stream, isn't it? 7 pages and there's a lot to talk about. Let's jump to the chat. I don't want to get too behind on the chat because then it takes like half an hour to catch up to the chat and then jump back to the chapter. So I got to remember to check that shit more. Holy shit, we got 20 people in here. Let's go, people. I hope you guys are all enjoying. And guys, anybody who is right now in here, not just the people that like to chat and the regulars, but new people, there clearly must be new people in here this time. If you see me doing stuff that you like, and then when you're like, I don't like that you check the chat too much. Could you move on with the chapter? Or could you slow down? I'd like to hear more about this. Or could you check the chat more often? Let me know what you guys like and don't like when I do a stream. I will slowly, like, it's my stream, but I can always modify the way I do things, right? So if I get the feedback and you guys are liking it, then I'll continue to do it this way. Or I'll do it the other way. Do you like the energy? Do you think I'm too over the top? Do you think... Whatever you think, I'll take that feedback, but if I don't get that feedback, there's no way for me to know, right? So, anyways. But yeah, this is crazy. We got 20 people in this stream. 21. Holy shit. Guys, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Let's freaking go. Alright. So let's check the chat. We'll try to be quick so we can jump back into the greatness of chapter 43. And I didn't even have to like tag this thing like PewDiePie or Minecraft or Fortnite. Crazy. Let's see. Fine says, I thought Rasputin versus Odin. Rasputin being the immortal man sort of idea has different concepts. I think has better matchups, things like Anubis, Beelzebub, stuff like that. Chubb is in here. Yo, what's up, Chubb? Oh, sorry, I missed somebody. Ducktaro, what's up, man? Says, when Poseidon was going to fight someone, we don't know, told Brunhild before the fight. So someone is informing Brunhild. Yeah, well, Brunhild finds out. But what I'm saying is who constructed the list of who was going to fight. We know Brunhild decides who's going to fight in what round, usually round by round, it seems. But there's already a set list of who was going to fight. So far we've had Buddha and Shiva be sort of changed position on when they were going to fight by Zeus. So that's all I'm just, it's more thinking aloud, but yeah. Chubb said Tangola had, message retracted, my bad. Chubb says, Buddha's design has grown on me except for the fucking bunny shirt. Yeah, see, that's the thing. As I said, if they took away that design, I think I'd be cool with everything else. That shit can burn in a fire. Yeah. Fine says, yeah, I thought the same thing about Buddha's design, but now I've taken a liking to it. A lot of people have said that it's grown on them, especially since Buddha is quite a bit of a badass. We haven't seen him very much, but everybody really likes Buddha. He's only had a couple of scenes, and everyone's like, yeah, this is the dude. And, I mean, I agree. It's just that I wasn't hateful of his design right away. Fine says, yeah, I thought the same thing about Buddha's design. Now I've taken a liking to it. Dragon's Rage said the design grew on me. Yeah, there's another one. Dragon's Rage also said, Zeus kind of said the same thing Poseidon said. Such are the gods. Well, I mean, they were brothers and stuff, right? Let's see. Elijah is in here. Hi, Elijah. Says, Buddha is my favorite god now. Well, I can see that. Buddha's really, really cool. My favorite god. Heracles, Buddha, Odin. Yeah, those are my favorite thus far, I think. Might be missing somebody. Dragon Drake said, Herc or Buddha? Who's your favorite? Mine is Buddha. Herc is going to be my favorite, guys. I don't think that's ever going to change. But, yeah, Buddha's awesome. Chubb says, something I just realized is I don't think Zeus actually voted against humanity. He was the one who asked the question. He is the judge and the executioner, but he was not a voter. That's true, too, but I thought it needed to be unanimous or majority. It had to be majority for sure, right? It was a majority, but Zeus, yeah, we didn't see if Zeus voted. I assume he did, but we didn't see that. Chubb, you're bringing up a good point there, my dude. It's true, we did not see Zeus actually vote. So, that's interesting. Okay. Elijah said, I never thought about it that way, neither did I. Great. Chubb bringing up the real stuff. Haley says, Zeus hates us? What did we do to piss him off? The human race is a plague on the earth, to start. Miss Conda says, hello, I'm late. No, you're Misk. You can't change your name. That's something like Snoop Dogg does every 10 minutes. But you can't do that. Prince used to do it too. You're not late, you're Misk. Elijah says, what's up, Misk? Miss Conda says, every time Buddha shows up, I've given more reason to believe he's Zeus level. Yeah, as I said, if there's 3 of them and it's not Beelzebub, it's Buddha. But there could be 4, as I said, and maybe Beelzebub will simply just be the Lord of the Flies. He might not be all 7 crown princes, just one of his names. Every time Buddha shows up, I give him more reason to believe he's his level. Also, goddamn, the stream has a lot of viewers. Yeah, let's freaking go. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Yeah, plug. Griever streams. They're the streams. They're the best streams. They're the best streams for all Record of Ragnarok content. Yeah, I think that highly of myself. All right. And don't forget, guys, 500 subs. Not 300 subs, not 400 subs. 500 subs in the month of March. And you guys can decide what video content you want the first week of April. I will make a video on whatever you guys choose. If it's on a manga I've never heard, I'll have to read the manga and then I'll review it. Whatever you guys want. If it's a movie, if it's a book, whatever you want. You guys just need to vote. Let me know in the Discord. I will only be taking this in the Discord. And in the month of March, I will officially have the poll. We'll take a vote. I'll figure out how to do a poll. And it'll all be good, right? Let's see. Tengola said, I started to warm up onto Goal in this chapter. Goal's pretty cool. Like, I never really didn't like Goal, so there is that. Let's see. And also, once again, guys, thank you everyone that's talking in the chat and stuff. I'm seeing some new faces. I'm seeing the regulars. It's fantastic because this is part of the fun. I don't like streams that I jump into and you're basically talking amongst yourselves and the streamer will go on for 2 hours and never read the chat. Like, what's the point in having a chat? Especially on video like I do, and some people do that, especially Twitch and all that stuff. They have the chat there and they never read it. They never talk to their audience. That's the whole point of the chat. This is why I love doing streams. Like, I could read this chapter, freak out by myself, and review it later. But then I wouldn't get to talk to you guys. You guys wouldn't get to, you know what I mean? Or I could record a reaction. But then once again, I wouldn't get to talk to you guys like this. It's one of the highlights of streaming. So, yeah. And right now we got like 20 odd people in here, so that's fantastic. Elijah said, I kind of thought this would happen because in lore, Buddha likes humans. Well, yeah, but in some lore, Buddha was a human that got divinity. Is that not true? As I said, I didn't check up on Buddhism after this chapter. I'm going to start reading up on Buddhism like I did on Hinduism so that I have a better concept. I know very vague things when in regards to Buddhism, more Shintoism sort of knowledge up in this old noggin. So, let's see. MC Dude said, dang, I missed out. No, you didn't, man. We're only 7 pages into this bitch. Dranger said, you didn't miss much. That's true. Black Jesus said, message retracted. Oh. Haley said, Batman sucks. I hate Batman. How do you hate Batman? Get out. Get out of here. What are you talking about? Batman's amazing, Haley. MC Dude said, I see that. Dranger said, I feel like Zeus is making Buddha fight so Buddha can prove his loyalty to the gods. That's exactly what he's doing because he probably overheard or found out about the Valen thing. He saw the turmoil between Loki and the other, and Bishamon was there, and like Sasaki and Okita and all that stuff, and shit was going down, and he was like, all right, children, settle down. And Odin was like, yeah, children, settle down. And everybody had to listen. So absolutely, Dragon Rage, I think we've all assumed that, but I'm glad you brought that up because that is definitely why he's pushing for Buddha to fight next. Haley said, I like the way you read this manga. Oh, good. Thanks, Haley. Caden said, Buddha's going to do what Buddha is going to do. Buddha going to do what Buddha going to do. Miss Conda says, I thought on it, and I think this is one of the best chapters in a while. God damn. Like, so far, fire chapter. The Buddha-Zeus interaction is solid. It's great. Haley said, hey man, how's the beautiful wife? She's still the most beautiful woman in the world. Elijah said, no, she's fine. She's just working really hard, you know, being a teacher, a professor, whatever. Teaching college courses as a doctor. Elijah said, but thank you for asking. Elijah said, I just figured out where the surviving contenders go after the match. Yeah, to sickbay. I think we all knew that because we've already seen Sasaki return, right? So we already knew that they do stick around. So that's cool. Oh man, I got something in my eye. I hate when that happens. It's usually just a hair or something. But Fine said, what do you consider a while? Oh shit, I probably said something. And now I forget. Fine. What do I consider a while? I mean, a while is sort of I don't know. Like, a while is more than a few hours, or it's around a few hours, or it's less than a few days, I guess. Yeah. Elijah said Poseidon will still be my favorite god. He is my least favorite god, so that's funny. Chubb said, my questions are the best questions. Your questions spark the chat. You spark the thinking cap. Dragon Church said, wait, you listen to Snoop Dogg? I listen to a lot of shit. I'm sort of old, Dragon. I'm sort of old. So I've listened to a lot of music. And yeah, I watched Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart together, man. I grew up on Martha Stewart. So, I mean, absolutely. Gotta watch their cooking show. Haley said he's second to Zeus and Anubis. Zeus is number one god. Zeus is... See, we don't know that yet. I think he's probably is, but maybe. Miss Condon says, a while is however long it's been since I've been this hype. Oh, is that what Miss said? Oh, you were referencing Misk. I've thought on it, and I think this is one of the best chapters in a while. Yeah. So... Yeah, I mean, because the best chapter was probably round 4's ending chapter. Was probably the last time we had a 10 out of 10 chapter, so I can see that. We really got to catch up, though, guys, because I'm starting to lose some of the concurrent viewers. We dropped out of the 20. No, guys, stick around. I'm almost caught up. Shit, my phone keeps going off. What the fuck? Oh, speaking of the lovely wife. Black Jesus says, is there a channel in Discord to recommend manga? Good question. I don't actually manage my own Discord. I think it was Chubb and Vib and Greek God made it for me. And they know how to do shit. I'm just there as the face. I'm just the pretty face. Haley said, hey Griever, have you read them Sleepy Princess in the Demon Castle manga? I believe you've asked that before, and no. Fine said, didn't you ask that in the last Jujutsu Kaisen stream? Probably did. Okay, so we're caught up. Guys, jump back in. We're going back, okay? Page 7. Let's go. All right. So, room 1 and 2 are occupied. Jack and Sasaki. Though we saw Sasaki, but wasn't he still injured? So, who? Shiva and Jack, probably. Okay, let's see. Next. Where could I find some bandages? Oh, this one's open. It's door number 2. But I thought it said occupied. Door number 1 and 2 are occupied. That looks like door number 2. It's hard to tell because it's sort of cut off. It's open, so she's going to look in it. This one's open. Is someone... Youch! That son of a bitch Buddha! What? Oh, Jesus. Ow. Watch it, Benzai. I told you, that shit hurts. Oh, these are the 7 lucky gods. These are the guys we saw in the confrontation. All right. Ow. Watch it. All right, so they must be from the 7 lucky gods. Oh, yeah, okay. So I was right. All right. I sort of forget them. I really need to reread this. Before chapter 44 comes out, guys, I'm going to reread Valkyrie. I have to reread Prince of Tennis for an upcoming stream with Nia D. Hemmings in February about Prince of Tennis. Be exciting. It's over on his channel, so I'll be a part of that. But I have to reread Prince of Tennis right now, which is 300 plus chapters. I'm about 200 chapters in already. But I definitely need to reread Valkyrie because I feel like sometimes my information's a little off. So, and it's just because I don't remember and it's been a long time. So, take it easy, man. Got no choice. All the doctors and nurses are busy with other patients. Well, who would be the god? Like, there are gods of medicine and stuff, and gods of witchcraft, and gods of this, that, and the other things, and the god of doctors, you know. So I wonder who's like the head doctor, chief surgeon in the, you know, kind of cool. All right, let's see. So there he is. He's got the mad fish. He's mad, so the fish is mad. Buddha, damn that Buddha. Fuck, Buddha, you fucking moron. Next time I see you, I'm gonna smash you into so many bits there won't be any relics from the damn monks to collect. God damn it, son of a bitch. right? Woo, you're getting yourself killed, man. He's one scary dude. I love that. One of the other ones. Dude, Buddha would literally eat you for breakfast. What the fuck are you talking about? And the other one, you even pulled a gun on him and he treated you like you were a kid. That's right, he's the one who pulled the gun on Buddha. And Buddha was like, get that little pea shooter that you bought at the dollar store out of my fucking face. Get that cap gun out of my face. I'm motherfucking Buddha. I can wear a bunny shirt and the fans don't like it, and I don't care. The fans still like me, even though they hate the shirt. Yeah, alright, cool. Try getting even with him, and you're going to get your ass kicked. Yep. Ouch! No need to worry. Next time he pushes his luck. They are the 7 lucky gods. Is this going to sort of be like the luck fruit from... the Gold film Gold, was that the one in One Piece? You know, they had the luck no mi. Next time he pushes his luck. I wonder what they're... Because they are the 7 lucky gods, you know. Once again, this is poetic license, interpretation, and a lot of it has been flipped on its head. Zeus is not exactly crazy beard, thunderbolt, friggin' imposing, you know, like he's supposed to be. Right? Buddha's definitely not like he's supposed to be. Shiva, not from what I understand, not exactly. So, It'll be the death penalty with 0? 0. It'll be the death penalty with the 0. Death penalty with 0. 0. Ooh. Oh no. Oh no. Is this little bitch going to affect the fight? We haven't had crowd manipulation. We haven't. What word am I looking for? Not manipulation. Not interference. We haven't had crowd interference before. Ooh, that could flip, you know, because Record of Ragnarok is fantastic, but it's gladiator fights, right? It's a tournament manga. So it's pretty basic, and after a while, some fights are going to feel similar. Raiden versus Shiva was sort of similar to Zeus versus Adam. It was a slugfest. We had the sword fight with Sasuke, that broke it up a little bit, humanity's first win. Lubu versus Thor was, of course, the first battle, that was weapons. Jack and Herc was also an emotional fight and very different from all the other rounds. But how are they going to make it intriguing and different every time? Crowd interference. This is foreshadowing for the crowd interference. These 7 lucky guys, this asshole right here is going to, he's going to disturb the fight in some way and try to get away with it. It'll be the death penalty with 0. Now, why is it called 0? Bringing your luck down to 0? I'm trying to think. I feel like we can figure this out. But I don't know. Let's see. Goal says 0? What the heck is he talking about? Yeah, it'll be the death. So he's under the impression he has this, it'll be the death penalty with 0. 0 as though it's an item, an object, a curse, an ability that can even kill somebody like Buddha. Interesting. Oh, goal's been caught. What are you doing there? It's Bishmont. And the other lucky gods, right? Yeah. Hoi, hoi, hoi. Eavesdropping, are you? Not on our watch. Gah, Bishamonte. Sama. Cool. Oh, somebody's calling me. Don't have time for that right now. Well, whatever. Yeah.
What are you doing this Saturday night?
I'm coming over to your place. I don't know. I'm streaming right now. I'm entertaining 20 people while talking on the phone like an asshole.
Okay, well, you're not drinking or anything, so we can go together and come to the
No, I'm actually I've had a beer.
Okay, well then you're not coming over.
I was gonna walk.
Luke and Chelsea aren't coming either.
I know that.
Okay, well,
Yeah. Okay. Bye. Well, that was fun. Sorry, guys. Had to sort of make dinner plans. We're terrible with that in my family. I don't know about your guys' family, but all we want to do is get donairs, that's a Canadian thing, and pizza tonight, right? So you just order from a pizza joint. Somehow, even though we talked about it yesterday, the plan still is yet to be finalized by 4 p.m. on Friday. We're terrible at that shit. We are awful at that shit. Just saying. So let's see. So we got Bishop Monten, who actually not a huge fan of the design. Can I say that? Is that okay? Like, I like the wheelhouse. I like the long hair. I like the sort of the like the pants and all that stuff. That's all fine. The design, the aesthetic of the design is fine. Is it just a face? I don't like the mouthpiece and all that stuff. Is it that? I don't know. There's something about his design that I'm just like, like, it's not bad. I'm just not a huge fan. But what do you guys think of the design? Let me know in the chat. Now that I've been interrupted with a phone call, you guys might as well tell me what's going on in the chat. So yeah, all right. So here's the other lucky god. So Goal is noticing nothing. I'm just here to get some bandages, and then she seems to step into the room. Ouch, owie. And then she gets up. Well, these gods wouldn't be stupid enough to kill one of the Valkyrie sisters, would they? If Brunhild found out, holy shit, if Brunhild, they wouldn't fucking dare do anything. Imagine, she's got Sasaki. Did these guys not learn their lesson when we had Okita and Sasaki and Buddha all stand there like, you want to go? We can go. And it was like, yeah, let's do this. You had the Shinsengumi and Sasaki. Like, no, they're not going to try shit. The 7 lucky gods are peon gods. I'm screwed. Oh, she's there. Uh-oh. All right, so they're all looking. Huh? So now she's in a room with the 7 lucky gods and Bishamonten. Someone help me. You're that kid Valkyrie, ain't ya? Snooping on others. Nice hobby to have, eh? Too close. So what were you doing slithering around like that? Fess up for you get our Bisu even more pissed, eh, girly? I love that little fish on his hat. It keeps getting angry. It's fucking hilarious. Eek, he's super mad. He's gonna kill me. Alright. The violence. Oh, who's this dude? Hands bandaged up. Is this Jack? Is Jack coming back? Because, like, the suit, the bandaged hands from the fight, I could see it. Pouring a cup of tea, old English style. He's in Mrs. Potts, Beauty and the Beast style. Let's do this. Is this Jack? See, one of the big things that has been misunderstood is that I do not dislike Jack the Ripper in this manga. I think he was a good character, and I do enjoy him. I just thought that there was a lot of slimy shit going on in round 4. But I still really like Jack. So if this is Jack, or maybe it's somebody new from humanity, it's definitely somebody from humanity's side. I'm pretty confident in saying that. But who else would be in the med bay? Sasaki and Jack. Dressed like an Englishman, I'm assuming it's Jack. The violence of grief or joy. Their own enactors with themselves destroy. Everybody's shocked. Who the hell are you? And what's this about cash clerks? Why, that was Shakespeare! It's Jack the Ripper. We saw Sasuke again, so we knew we were going to see Jack again because a lot of people have assumed one of the fights is going to get interrupted. We're going to have fights outside of the main rounds with old characters like Jack, Sasuke, and, well, not Raiden or Adam or anybody dead, but like whoever, another person on humanity, Okita, somebody else, are all going to team up and like fight like the 7 lucky gods or something, right? That was Shakespeare from Hamlet. Oh, so it was. See, I only ever read Hamlet once, and I actually read it on my own. A lot of people have to go through like high school and junior high, or middle school and high school, and they have to read it. You know, for us, it was always Twelfth Night. You always had to go through Romeo and Juliet and Twelfth Night, but we didn't have to do King Lear. We didn't have to do Hamlet. So, but I heard a lot of people, especially in America, had to do Hamlet. I read Hamlet on my own once. It was, I mean, Shakespeare's, some of his plays were really good. Some of them were just kind of but, and it's Jack. Do you not know of him? You're the aroma of Darjeeling is like an aphrodisiac for the soul. Would you care for some black tea, sir? Oh man, Jack looking like Jack. Okay. I see. This is it. Don't get me wrong, guys. So far, fantastic chapter. Have very little problem with this. Right now, is it a 10? No, it's a 9. It's a 9. Something else big is gonna need for me to have this be a 10. It's gonna have to be on that level. But 9 is 9 is still an A. Remember. 10 is A+, if you want to use like letter grades, right? 10 is A+. So, 8 is B, 7 is C, that kind of shit. But if this is why people put it at 10 out of 10, I can get why. I'm not a Jack stan, but I do like Jack. So this is really, really cool. This is really epic. Jack's here. And we sort of knew that from the previous round transition chapter with Sasuke making a reappearance. So I'm not surprised that we see Jack again. So I think we're going to see everybody again. Like we're going to see Thor again. We're going to see like Zeus is a part of this and stuff. And so is Shiva sort of idea. But we're going to see those two again, and stuff. So Jack the Ripper. Tough shit, pal. I only drink green tea. Of course he only drinks green tea. Of course. But black tea's the way. This is the way. Black tea is the way. Beer is the way. So Jack and Ibisu staring each other down. Ibisu, stand down. I will not tolerate wanton killing. We're leaving. I like Bishamonten. I need to read up on this dude too, because I know of him. I know the name, but I know very little about him. I know about the 7 lucky gods. Know very little about them too. So I really need to read up on these guys, because they seem to be, they're going to be part of this side plot that's probably going to happen every single round, after every round. So let's see. So they all walk away. Look at that smug face. Makes me sick. Now. Hey, girly, you better not forget this. Alright, so they're dragging Ibisu away. You tell anyone about what you just heard, and you die. Man, oh man, this dude. But what is 0? What is 0? What does that mean? I thought they were going to kill me. Those 7 are more like the unlucky gods than the lucky gods. 7, says Jack. Did you just say 7, young lady? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're called the 7 lucky. 7? Did you just say 7? Oh, wait. Jack with his eye, is he going to mention something? It's but there's not 7. Or, 7? Did you say 7? No. It's not that isn't the case. But there is actually 9. Or so, what? Is Jack going to notice something? Because why would he know? He seems very pondered by the word 7. I mean, Bishamonten was there, so that makes 8, right? Or is Bishamonten part of the 7 lucky gods? Anyways, either way, let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're called the 7 lucky gods in Japan. Why does that matter? He's using his eye. I called it. I gotta do that like Peter Griffin thing from the like one of the old seasons, like Shuumatsu, the girl who's hard to get. You know, and do yeah, I made a touchdown. I called it. I'm the greatest reviewer on all of YouTube. I know everything that's gonna happen and that has happened. Woohoo! You know, or you know, I just assumed one thing. It's Jack's thing. Let's see. So Jack's using his eye. Why does that matter? So he's silent. He's using his eye. He's reading them. Because he can see them. Like through his eye and stuff. Assumption is mortal's chiefest enemy. Huh? Pardon me. Would you fancy a cup of tea, young lady? A reference to the line, security is mortal's chiefest enemy from Shakespeare's Macbeth. So he changed up the line. Assumption is mortal's chiefest enemy. Something about 7. Or are they not 7, they're all 1? Maybe there's not more of them that Jack can foresee, but actually they're all 1 being. There isn't 7, there's only 1. Assumption is mortal's chiefest enemy. See, he was very perplexed by 7. And Jack would know nothing about Japanese mythology in that way, or Japanese gods. So it made it like 7. Did you just say 7? And then all the only information we got was they're called the 7 lucky gods in Japan. Why does that matter? And then he looks and says, assumption is the worst part. As I said, there's something fishy going on there. Something fishy. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, let's jump back to the chat because we're 20 pages in, so we're gonna jump back to the chat. We're gonna see what people are saying, and then we'll continue. This has been this is a really great chapter. This is a really great chapter, guys. Let's see. Black just said, word, thank you. Haley said, you will read it when we hit 500 subs. But you are only 1 vote, Haley. We need more votes. Dragon said, the 7 scrubs have returned. Absolutely. Tengola says, I think we will see what 0 is in the next chapter. I think 0 is going to be the crowd. As I said before, we haven't had crowd interference in a fight yet. How do you keep a fight interesting when it's a gladiator fight? There's only so many type of weapons, and at the end of the day, it's 1v1. There's only so many ways to make that interesting in an arena. But if we had crowd interference in this round, that would change it up from all the other rounds. MC said, Bishamonten seems like the only competent one in that group. Or the dude looks like a lady. Dude looks like a lady. Yeah, the one that was patching up Benzai or whatever was patching up Ibisu. Ibisu. Seems to be sort of calm and collected. Miss Conda says, I've been wondering, how are the 7 lucky gods supposed to be effectively be Heaven's secret police when there are a bunch of low-tier mid-gods? The answer, they have some kind of trump card. 0. Yeah, so they must have a way like, but you need to follow my orders. Like, they might be weak-willed, they might not be able to, but if they all come together and use 0, 0 is an absolute rule. You know? Miss speaking the facts, saying what I'm thinking. Let's go. Miss Conda said what it seems like is this 0 thing. Yeah, like something that they can pull out that just can't be overturned. It's something sort of like the Buster Call in One Piece, right? It's like they have this trump card. You know, like the guys from CP5 might be incompetent and losers and stuff, but if they run into like Yonko commanders, they can do a Buster Call. If they run into this, they can do a Buster Call, right? Haley said, talk, her name's Callie, not Shiva. What? Tangola said, yes, I think Zero is all of them combined. Potentially, yeah. And what did Jack see? He was so interested with 7. Dragon Trade says, come on, guys, we all know that Zero is a fusion of all of them. Potentially, but they're not actually 7 separate people. They're 7, probably the 7 traits of humanity. Like the 7 codes of Bushido or something like that, right? Like the 7 tenets or whatever. And they all combine into one true god. And that's Zero, maybe. It could be a weapon of some sort. It's not really obvious, though, says Tangola. Right, like they're leaving us in suspense. There's so many possibilities. Is there more of them? Are they all the same person? Is there none of them? Is it less? Is Zero an object? Is it a weapon? We don't know. It's great. Haley said, is Lubu in Dynasty Warriors? Yeah, I think so. I don't play the game, though. Haley said, what the fuck, yikes? Who was that? Oh, it was just my dad calling. Chubb said, Griever answering his phone midstream. Black Jesus, lol. I mean, I had a phone call, guys. I had to take it. It's not a company phone, but but I do take business calls. So if it was work, and it is my dad. My dad's my boss. So if it was something about a service call, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna come pick you up. We got to go to work, or we got to do a service call. Something broke, right? I have to keep the phone on, right? I'm not really on call, but sort of semi. You could consider me on call 24/7, right? So I do actually need to make sure that I do answer the phone when it's my boss or anybody from the federal government calling. Now this was just about dinner, so I guess I didn't need to answer, but whatever. It's fine. You guys will get used to the way I stream. And look, we're still at 20 people, and so I guess nobody really left just because I called. I answered it was like a 2-minute phone call. Jesus. If I had said, okay, guys, I'll be back in 1 second, muted and walked away, it would have been the same thing. Well, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go get some beer. I'm going to be 30 seconds, right? So, Miss Content says, damn, I really like his mask. Gives you some samurai vibes. It's samurai. There's just something about it. I was like, I think he could look cooler, but maybe behind the mask he looks awesome. Mark says, Zenda, something like that, says he looks like a Final Fantasy boss. That is definitely what he looks like. Thank you. He looks like somebody from Dynasty Warriors. He looks like a Fire Emblem boss. He looks like a Final Fantasy boss. You're absolutely right. Chubb said, I like his design. Yeah, I like his design. It's just something about the face, the mask. Reconnection successful. Woohoo! Yay. Sorry about that, guys. Sometimes that happens. OBS is not perfect. Streaming is not perfect. Let's up that. There we go. Getting a little dark in here, boys. Getting a little dark. There we go. So, MC Dude said some stellar faces from Goal this chapter. Absolutely, yeah. The expressions in Valkyrie are right up there with Boichi. From Sun Ken Rock and Dr. Stone and stuff. It's something that it's just incredible. Let's see. Miss Conta says, also, we can't forget we'll see a lot more of Bishomonte's design when his round comes up. That's very true. So there's more to there. And I hope that disconnection didn't, a bunch of people didn't leave. That would suck. Haley says, Goal, you perv? Why? And it's, dude, Jack is back. Jack is back. Hashtag Jack is back. Dragon Church said, Jack about to take all the scrubs on while drinking tea. That would be awesome. See, the only reason I'm a Heracles stan, but Jack is still really cool for a number of reasons, and it would be really cool. As I said, I want to see Sasuke and Jack and all these people fight again. The survivors need to be fighting again. Miss Content also says, and so the pattern of winners showing up after the round following theirs continues. Exactly. So we're going to continue to see this. Now, the best part about the loss in round 5 is that round 6 is now, even with Buddha on the line, it's still anybody's match. Gods could win. Buddha can win this fight, and so can humanity, and either side still has a chance of victory. That's what's going to make round 6 interesting. Had Shiva lost, then Buddha would instantly it'd be a no-brainer. So this is really good. Miss Connie said, didn't have to do Hamlet, but had to do Macbeth. Macbeth's the other one. Never had to do Macbeth either. And actually, don't think I ever read Macbeth. One said, Jack looking clean as fuck. Yeah. Dragon Trader said, Jack looking classy. Chubb says, the Lucky Gods keep getting rolled up on by the human fighters. I love it because they're such scrubs. Mark said, I prefer boba milk tea. Boba milk tea? What's boba milk tea? I've never heard of that. Haley said black tea. Yeah, like old Englishman is what I drink, in fact, because I am actually British. I am a bit British, you know. I am a British Canadian. My father was born in Portsmouth, and my mother's Canadian. And I was born, actually, in fact, I was born in Halifax, Nova Scotia, here in Canada, but yeah, I am British Canadian. I have dual citizenship, and I've got the buck teeth to prove it. Right? So I got the blue eyes and the buck teeth. So I'm very, very British. Let's see. Fine says black tea really is the best. Darjeeling, I'm probably saying that wrong. It's quite tasty. I am bad at pronouncing that word. I do know it's a type of tea. Black tea. I drink usually Red Rose. It's just a basic tea, a black tea, and I also drink Yorkshire tea from Yorkshire, but it's expensive. MC Dude said, "Why would you stain your water with leaves?" Yeah, well, I do a bag, so. Bishop Mountain is basically a God of War, says 1. Okay, cool. Jesus Christ, I'm not getting caught up at all. Dragon's Rage, but that's not a bad thing, guys. Keep chatting. There's going to come a point, there will eventually be a point that it's not going to be feasible for me to literally talk to and mention every comment. And I am both looking forward to and regretting that point, because at that point, I won't be able to talk to every single person who comments in stream, and that'll be oh so sad. But also, it'll mean that I've gotten a huger following, a bigger subscriber base, yada, 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 and that's only a good thing, right? So, yeah, a little bit of double-edged sword with that one. Dragon's Rage said, Jack made them leave like the boss he is. Yep, Miss Conta said, I've tried looking into Bishamonte before. He's got to be the most obscure god on the roster. Is he? I mean, randomly Apollo being there to me is weird. Not Apollo showing up, but Apollo being there. Like, why not Ra? Or why not, I don't know, they got, you got Susanoo. What about Yomi, or whatever? What about Izanagi? Or something like that. Like, there's plenty of Japanese gods, I'm not saying that, but like there's so many other ones like that are more, you know. Apollo to me is the most like what? But Bishamonte too. Haley said never piss the Ripper off. Yeah. Chubb said yeah, Bishamonte is one of the 7 lucky gods. Ah, okay. He is like the leader of the 7, so there's 6 others. Okay, yeah. I thought so, but I wasn't sure. Fine said, is there a member of the lucky gods that is number 0? I don't think that's the case, but who knows. But Jack seemed to notice. So Jack seems to see only 1 aura, not 7, says Mark. Yeah, so maybe that's the thing, right? They all fuse. They're only one person. He's 7. Did you say 7? But there's only 1 of them. You know, like, and one says, I think they're 1. Yeah, so that's going to be the popular theory right now, is that that's what Jack was mentioning, is that there's not 7, there's only 1. You know, there's only 1 aura, so there's only 1 person. The Tangola said, now you're right on that one, because 7 lucky gods only has 1 aura. Yeah, like Cusack and Chandler said 1. Yeah, exactly. So it's possible. One said, especially how you can see that their aura seems to cover them all together. See, I didn't take it that way. I saw that Jack, it was just a visual interpretation to see that he was looking at all 7. I didn't take it to mean that all 7 were, like, that's not the way I took it, but you know, you could argue that point, sure, but I took it as just a visual to show us he was using his eye to look at all 7. Not, you know, but yeah. Dragon's Rage said 0 is fusion, calling it now. The hint is smacking us all in the faces. 0 could be fusion, or 0 could be some, like, crazy, law of the gods that they're able to enact, as I said, more like a Buster call. like an extreme measure, like hit the nuclear launch code, right? One said calling it 2. Tengola is, yeah. A lot of people are saying that, and it's not a bad theory, guys. I'm saying that there's other possibilities. Tengola says, I think the same. Chubb says, yeah, I agree with 1 Dragon Rage. So everybody thinks it's going to be fusion and they're all actually one god. That's fair. That's going to be the popular one. Not saying it's not true. I'm saying I'm waiting. There's always a 1% chance that we're wrong. I'm about 80% on that bandwagon. I got 20% doubt. I got 20 that it's something else. And potentially the fusion and 0 might be 2 different things. One says, that sounds like Truce from Umi Nico? Sure. Dragon Trade said, if it's not a business phone or a family phone, doesn't that make it just a phone? I mean, it is a phone, but I take business calls on it. So what I mean by it's not a business phone, it is my personal phone. I pay for it. But I do also take business calls on it because for some reason nobody will pay for a business phone. So it's both. So yeah. But I understand how that would be confusing. Mark said, it's okay. I never believe in anybody getting my name right. That's all right. I'm just going to call you Mark. Mark I can get. Atienza. That's the best I can do, man. I'm terrible at pronunciation. Chubb said, damn, thought my internet was lagging. No, it was just me. Fine said, British? Absolutely. God damn it, man. I am absolutely British. Sundown Rider is like my mate, and he would be absolutely appalled at my terrible accent. But yeah. Miss Content said, boba tea is some trendy thing girls like to drink. I know I buy it for my girlfriend all the time. Oh, okay. And I didn't know you had a girlfriend, Miss. Good for you, man. Dragon Church said, I don't drink tea. You pleb. Miss Content said, oh yeah, Bishop Montaigne is also one of the 4 heavenly kings. Don't know what their deal is, but they sound important. You mean Toriko, the 4 heavenly kings? Sunny, Cobra, Toriko, and Zebra? Those 4 heavenly kings? Because then Bishop Montaigne is going to win. Bishop Montaigne, Zeus level. He's one of the 4 heavenly kings, guys. One said, Emma, I don't know how to say her name, the sister god, the one that all the emperors of Japan, Emma Terasu, or whatever her name is, Susanoo, etc., are not really that obscure. That's what I'm saying. They're not obscure. But I'm saying that there are more popular gods to be on. I was saying that those are more popular gods to be on the list versus somebody like Apollo. Alpharan says, then could he have some relation with Kintoki? Maybe. Dragon's Ridge said, imagine if Loki kills the youngest Valkyrie sister, then he's going to die. But I think we all assume Loki's going to die anyways. Alfred said, then one human wouldn't be able to fight. That's true. Haley something. Mark said, at Miss Content, hey, it's not just a drink for girls. I mean, I don't know. I never drink it. Haley said, I'm with Jack on this. Chubb said, Griever been streamed for over an hour and isn't even halfway through the chapter. You guys love it, don't you? You're here for the enjoyment. I'm just doing my thing, man. Yeah, I've been streaming for over an hour. But it's a really big stream. And we're almost halfway through the chapter, almost. So, Miss said, thanks, bro. And one said, Amaterasu. Amaterasu. Or Terasu. Amaterasu. Whatever. Point is, the god sister of Susanoo, that Susanoo pissed off, then the Yamato no Orochi, and then Tsukiyomi's just up there being the moon, so he's fine. Haley said, damn, you nailed the British accent. Well, I am half British, so, I mean, it would be bad if I really couldn't even somewhat attempt it, but... and that's a very Cockney, I don't know, I'm Cockney, I'm uncultured, let's go, you know. All with that stuff, it's a very hefty, sort of accent. It's not a subtle, like, suave one, but... Dragon just said, I am just waiting for a human fighter to be killed before he has to fight, and Brunhild has to get another fighter, and Russia picks a random fighter. Alexander the Great! King Arthur, let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. I'm hoping for that too. I want to see Michael Jordan in this, okay? I want to see Obama in this. There's not enough black representation. Let's do this. You know, that's what I want to see. Let's see Martin Luther King Jr. Nailed it. That's what I want to see. Dragon's Rage said, oh, sorry, I already read that. Chubb said, Griever, the only streamer I know who can almost get a 100% like ratio. Yeah. Why? Do I not have 100% right now? Who disliked my stream? Was it the British accent? Was it the phone call? Was it my alcoholism? What was it? What was it that made you dislike me? But yeah, no, actually, a lot of my streams get 100%. My One Punch Man ones always have a few butthurt fans that I don't like Tatsumaki and I don't like suck off Murata's dick. But outside of that, usually a lot of my streams actually do get 100%. But this one's really big, so I'm not surprised if there are a few dislikes. Mark said, Muhammad Ali, yes! Shaka Zulu. I've heard Zulu, but I don't know anything about it. Or Bass Reeves. I don't know these people. I'm not as cultured as some of you. But yeah, okay, so quick break. Get a pee. Gonna grab a beer. And then we're jumping into the rest of the chapter. And I won't be checking the chat when I come back. So you guys can keep chatting, but I won't be reading it. I'll be going back to the chapter. It's been long enough. So, all right. Let's go. Let's finish this chapter before I lose all my daylight. Because I'm about to lose all my daylight. And then I got to turn on the light, and then the stream sucks, and then... Yeah, that's sort of why I wanted to start. I was sort of tired, but let's make it super bright, because we're gonna lose daylight pretty soon. So, all right, I gotta mute that. Yeah, okay. Be right back. Remember to unmute myself. All right. So let's freaking go. We probably lost some people there, but we'll get them back. We'll get them back when they see that I'm back. I'm back. All right. Let's just jump right in, guys. Page 21. It's my boy. It's my boy. It's Heracles. It's my boy. Oh, this is so sad. This is so sad. Seeing brother Heracles murdered by that monster. Are you happy now, sister? All right, that's the time Gold got really pissed. And then she had to have the stoic face in the hard war battle, and then she went and like begged for Heracles' forgiveness. You know, at the frame and stuff. Best chapter. It was the best chapter, guys. It really was. So far in the series. Yeah, so Gol really hates Jack, really. So this is interesting. So now, let's see what she's going to think now. Gol looks up and says, "You're covered with scars." And Jack, huh? And a little shocked. And yeah, but I mean, his hands are all dim. He's not exactly, I mean, Yeah, he's got a lot of bandages on, but I mean, he was in a fight with a god. I mean, Jesus. Haha, quite garsh, aren't they? Apologies if I... Alright, let's try this in a British accent. Haha, let's see. Quite garsh, aren't they? Apologies if I startled you, but fret not. They are not as painful as they seem. See, I can't do it and do it suave. I'm not good at the suave British accent. I love humans, Mum. My boy. Golf says, no, if you hurt, you should get some rest. Goal remembering Heracles and what he did, what her only brother. And Jack shocked sees Heracles in goal. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, you guys were right. 10 out of 10 chapter. You guys were freaking right. You guys knew it. Y'all knew it. You knew I'd love it. God damn. God fucking damn. I miss that man. I'm just literally staring at him smiling, saying I love humans right now. I'm just staring at that panel. God damn. I miss my boy. I miss my bromance. I miss my boy. This is a wonderful moment. This is great, especially with Gaul. Like, not necessarily. I don't think it's forgiveness here, but you guys know what it is. Like, I don't need to explain what this scene is doing to anybody. But it's very strong. It's very powerful. 10 out of 10. This is right up there with Brunhild and Heracles' moment. And the fact that Jack sees Heracles in goal right there in the smile. That's just... And Goal saying this with a smile while the tears are in her eyes, remembering her brother. And it's just... This is such a nice moment. This is so nice. And I'm kind of in a hurry too. Oh, and she trips and... Tea? No, thank you. Bye-bye. Walks away. And Jack says, what a shame, as he drinks tea. Because remember, this, to me, has solidified that Jack has changed. Nothing changed Jack his entire life. Heracles changed Jack. The face of what people said, like the most notorious killer, the basically the worst of humanity incarnate. There's Jack the Ripper right there. And Heracles changed him. I firmly hold to that. Oh man, no wonder this is a 10 out of 10 chapter. Jack showing up made it from a 9 to a 9.5, and then seeing, yeah, okay. Okay, it's 10. This is a 10. Doesn't really matter what happens now. It's a 10. I could stop reading and it's a 10. Alright, so let's go. Oh, we're starting round 6. Alright, Brunhild, Gold, Zeus, Ares. Alright, let's go, Heimdall. Alright, so we're seeing the scoreboard. I don't think we've seen this before. Thor versus Lubu. Thor victory. Round 2, Zeus versus Adam. Adam should have won, but Zeus won. Poseidon versus Sasuke. Sasuke won, giving us the first humanity victory. Heracles versus Jack. I'm not going to say anything. Shiva versus Raiden. And Shiva won. Alright. With the gods at 3 wins. And humanity at 2. Well, you get down. That's what we're doing. After 7 million years, mankind has taken one step closer to its end. See everybody looking on. And now get ready for Ragnarok. Round 6. Oh, it's gotten dark. All right, who's next? Could there be any greater irony? Giving humanity its requiem, the next fighter for the gods. Long ago, he helped those foolish humans with their worldly desires and showed them the path through the darkness. So it is Buddha. Buddha is going to fight. I mean, he did say KK, so once again, my assumption at the end of the last chapter review or reaction where I said Buddha might not say no, but here is that man. It looks like he's got a mace. Does he have a big club, a big mace? Boom, stepping forward. Yeah, he's got like a big two-handed like maul. Boom. This man abandoning royalty, abandoning family, abandoning worldly desire, abandoning the 6 emotions, trotting and untrotting. Like, did it really smack him in the face? Because it looks hilarious right now. It just looks like whack. Like he's like, he was blowing a big bubble and smack. Ah, shit. You know? It fits his character. All right. Like the horn of the rhinoceros, he walked alone, all alone. Like the horn of the rhinoceros, he walked all alone. Does the horn of the rhinoceros walk? Does the horn have legs? I mean, it sounds deep and cool, but it does. The logistics are interesting. Could it be? Is it that person? Oh, thank you, praise be. Why would you? The Buddhists are praying to Buddha, who's going to kill them all. And so, in just 6 years, this man attained enlightenment. Born alone, living alone, and fighting alone. Oh, Sasaki, seeing him look on. Oh, because Okita and them, well, Sasaki, of course, was there, but wouldn't these guys potentially be Buddhists? Like, I'm not trying to be racist or assumption there. That'll be taken out of context. But, like, seriously, is that not the case? Right? Like, is that not, like, Japanese culture is mostly made up of Shintoism and Buddhism? So, potentially, Sasaki and Okita and the Shinsengumi there, okay, all right. We're seeing their reaction to the God from before. We're inhaling everybody. Throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one. Throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the mighty one. Only I am strong. Wow. And we see the Greek gods, we see the Norse gods, entering this world as the prince of the Shakai, and departing from it as the enlightened one. Out of respect for the strongest son in history, the humans call him the Buddha. Whoa. The god's representative for round 6, Buddha. I didn't expect him to fight with a big two-handed, you know. What the hell? Buddha-sama's our enemy? Yeah, see, you're seeing a lot of, Buddha, who is, of course, the enlightened one. So, are they going to go, once again, are they going to go off on the line? Because they said he obtained enlightenment and all this stuff. So, but nothing in that speech actually said, born a man, and then became a god. Nothing's along those lines. I mean, they're sort of hinting at it, but they didn't outright say. Like, it's interesting. Because Buddha is supposed to be a guy who obtained divinity, attained enlightenment. But he was a real person born on earth. And he gave up the worldly desires, he gave up everything, blah, blah, blah. But, that's what I was led to believe anyways. But maybe there's another interpretation. And right here, it's, anyways. Now, once again, if he's a god, why wouldn't you think? I mean, to be fair, this is really interesting. I'm gonna like to listen to more about this. Look at those humans. That's right. Their looks of despair. Watch them weep. Buddha steps forward. Keeps walking past. Keeps walking. Walking right past Heimdall. Keeps walking. Heimdall's like, huh? And he's walking towards the humanity gate. Is he gonna bash it open? The gods are shocked. The people are shocked. Ares, of course, Ares is shocked. Ares doesn't know what the fuck is going on. And he just keeps on walking through, and there's Aphrodite having her giant, like, cup tits being held up by dudes. I mean, if you had to be a slave, let's take more shit out of context. If you had to be a slave, there are worse jobs. That's all that's all I'm gonna say. But if you didn't have a choice, well, I mean, slaves don't have choices, but like in that regard, because hence enslavement and slavery, and it's awful. But if you had to sort of pick, it's like, all right, here's your list of requirements as a slave. You can literally be like Kuma. We can ride you like a pony. You can work in the fields all day till you die of dehydration. You can hold up my wife's huge tits for 24 hours. 7 days a week. I'm just saying, like, there are worse ways to live your life in that way. Let's see. Where's he walking to? There he is. Buddha's free time. He gonna pay tribute to those sobbing wrecks of humans? Buddha's free time. So he's walking forward. Wait. That's the wrong way. Okay, so he's continuing to walk. That's going too far. And Heimdall's like, say, Buddha, you're supposed to be over there. You're walking too close. Sorry, I gotta toss this. What? Chewed gum? So he takes his chewed gum, puts it in his hand, and he swipes. Ooh, he swipes the announcement, the big microphone. What's he gonna say? I'll be borrowing this. Testing. The hell's he doing? I'm fighting for humanity, so thanks. Just like Heracles. He's gonna fight for humanity. But wait a minute. Is he literally, that's why he walked over to the other side and turned around? He's fighting on humanity's side, so he switched. So they gotta pull up. That means there's too many humans, but that means there's gonna be one more god. That means there's gotta be another god to fight. Just like Dragon's Rage was saying about like somebody being killed in the background, being killed off screen, that would mean we'd need another character like Alexander the Great, King Arthur, Babe Ruth. There's tons of characters to choose from, people in history, but he turned... I was wondering how he was going to handle this, but he turned around and said he's going to fight for humanity. So now it's going to be God versus God. I told you guys, I said, what about crowd? And this is why it's going to be crowd interference. They're going to use the zero thing. They're going to fuck up. Bishomanten is going to fight Buddha. Oh my shit, this is a 10 out of 10 chapter, guys. Holy shit. Holy shit. This is so good. I'm going to turn the light on. We're getting dark. Holy shit. There's so much to think about here. There's so much. I didn't see that theory anywhere. We should have known though. All of us should have been able to call this. It makes so much sense. Now that we see it in black and white, it's like, how did you ever think it was going to happen? It just makes sense completely. How did we not just see this? But that means there's going to be an additional god added to the fight. Bishomanten is probably going to be the fight here, but this is the way, as I said, round 6. I was telling you guys, like Lubu versus Thor, it was the opening fight, but it was weapons. It was a slugfest. Adam versus Zeus, slugfest. Sasuke, sword fight. Then back to Heracles versus Jack, very different, very conniving, in the city of London. So strength versus brawn versus brain sort of idea. And That was a little different, and the emotional aspect. Then back to a slugfest. How are they going to keep changing it up? They need to change it up. It can be a slugfest now because it's going to be God versus God. I didn't even consider that one. I thought we'd see that like off screen, like Loki versus Buddha outside the arena. Sure. Holy shit. But then who's going to... Odin. Bishamonten, I mean, it's being set up that way, but as I said, crowd interference is part that could... Odin's probably going to be livid. Odin might actually say, I'm going down. Oh, man. Let's see. I gotta know. I was gonna jump to the chat. How many pages left? There's only a few pages left, so I'm gonna go through it. We're on page 37, so I'm gonna finish the chapter and then we'll go to the chat. Okay, so humanity's shocked, gods are shocked. Zeus seemingly pissed, but seemed to sort of assume that something like that. As we said, we all knew that this was Zeus testing Buddha's loyalty, and it seemed to backfire. Hermes shocked, Ares shocked, Aphrodite shocked, Odin looking so fucking pissed. Even Loki's irritated. Sasuke, hey, Shinzagumi, hey, Gull's like, hey. Brunhild, not shocked. Brunhild knew. Brunhild must have known, because how did they learn the Volan? Buddha told them. So Buddha and Brunhild, they've been working together like this. Buddha smiling his ass off. Yes. Heracles tried it one way. Buddha's following in his footsteps, trying it a different way. Buddha was working in the shadows, taught them the Volan, gave them a fighting chance. Heracles tried to say, like, I'm going to fight humanity, but I'm going to fight and then petition the gods to change their mind, showcase using my victory as sort of collateral. Be like, I won my fight to stop your decision. You know, he was going to petition them in a more diplomatic way. Buddha is just 180, let's turn traitor on their ass. So I love it. I love this dynamic. The hell was that? No way, you gotta be shitting me. You fucking with us? The hell are you saying? Aren't you a god? Take that back, you disgrace to the gods. Fuck you! Isn't that sort of like, they say you're a disgrace to the gods, but literally like swearing, like using the Lord's name in vain here? You fucking traitor. Oh, he's crushing the... Bang! He crushed the microphone, like silencing everybody. Everybody. All the gods. That dude sort of could be Raw, but anyways, he's got a bird head. But my horn, my Gadara horn, says Heimdall. Crushes it. Fuck you! Don't push your luck, you little... Oh. Shut up. Buddha, a boss. And all the gods afraid of him. Swings. Points it at Zeus. If the gods won't save them, I will. This fucking Chad. This man among the gods. This dude. This fucking dude. This dude. This chapter couldn't be better. There we go. Rip in the chat. F in the chat for OBS. F in the chat for OBS. That was unfortunate. But I hope we're back. Yeah, we're back. Beauty. Okay, so we got a couple of pages left. I will. And if any god gets in my way, Zeus shocked. Hermes shocked. Oh, Hermes they're a god short. This is how Hermes is going to enter the fray. We're not going to know that, though. Hermes, they ain't going to talk about who's the replacement after this fight or even during this fight up until, it's probably going to be Bishamont is going to be the fight against Buddha. But, or Odin. I could see that. That'd be early, but, I mean, this is sort of unprecedented. But this is the way to get Hermes in the fight, because we all know Hermes is strong as shit. So let's see. Slams down. Ares, Loki, Aphrodite, Odin. Odin looking calmer now. Let's see. Slam. I'll kill them. Buddha fighting for the gods. Or fighting for humanity, sorry. And that's the end of the chapter. Holy fucking shit. Holy shit. That was an incredible chapter. That was 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Not 9 out of 10. Not 7 out of 10. Not 9.95 out of 10. Full 10 points. Not a problem wrong with the chapter. Not a pacing, not artwork, not page number, not events, not what happened. It was dimension upon dimension. Not only did we get, okay, so we got round 6 starting. We got the betrayal for Buddha. We got Buddha, like, who's going to fight now? There's the introduction, the possibility of another god being introduced like Hermes. We have called Jack. We saw this thing with Zero and the 7 lucky gods and what the hell. Jack's back. We got to see Jack again. That's hype for them. Heracles moment. I mean, that sold it for me right there. But this is such a good chapter. God damn. This is probably my second favorite chapter in all of Shuumatsu no Valkyrie. As I said, that moment with Brunhild and Heracles' photo after he died is, I might say, okay, that's definitely my favorite moment. This might be a better chapter. It might be the better chapter. But it's definitely, those are the top 2 chapters, no question. This chapter and that chapter, top 2 chapters in all of Valkyrie. Like Adam versus Zeus, there were some hype chapters, don't get me wrong, but I still like those ones better. And I think I like this one more. So anyways, let's jump to the chat, guys, because holy fucking hell. Holy shit, I got a lot to get through. I got a lot to get through. I love you guys. You guys are great. You're chatting. You're not going to make me end this stream early, are you? No. Fuck that. Let's see. So, one says, Theodore Roosevelt, yes, and Ronald Reagan? Ronald fucking Reagan? Why Ronald Reagan, dude? He's a fucking actor. Theodore Roosevelt? Sure. George Washington? Sure. Abraham Lincoln? Sure. JFK? Sure. But Ronald Reagan? Ronald fucking Reagan? They would solo. Theodore Roosevelt would. I don't know about Ronald Reagan. Haley said, is Dan Green in this chapter? Oh, was I doing a Dan Green voice? Was I, it's time to duel, Kaiba? Kaiba, stop this. I sacrifice to summon the Buddha. With Buddha's attack power of Egyptian god card, Buddha. Japanese god card, Buddha. Betrayal magic card. Miss Content says, I love that as soon as Jack came back, they didn't skip a beat getting directly back into his character development. Abso-fucking-lutely. It was beautiful. Miss Content has a message. OBS is a piece of shit, guys. I'm sorry. OBS is a piece of shit. I don't know what's been happening lately. I gotta update OBS, clearly. I've been avoiding the updates. So I gotta update this fucking thing because it's just terrible. But Misk, what did you do? What did you do? I can't believe we've had like 20 people solidly in here almost this entire stream. This is crazy. Thank you to everybody who's still in the stream. Thank you to everybody. Just while I'm reading the chat, I just wanted to give a big shout out because I know a lot of you, now that the chapter reaction is done, a lot of you guys are going to jump ship. That's usual. That's fine. But thank you so much if you don't stick around. Thank you to all you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this chapter. I hope you enjoyed my reaction just as much as I did making it and being here with you guys. So yeah, mushy plug stuff out of the way. All right, so Chubb said, I never lie. Goal is going to die. I have a feeling this is Dragon's Rage. I think so too. I think Brunhild's going to die too. Haley says, damn, that's one great impression of Pippin's voice. Did I do an impression of Pippin? Yeah. What about breakfast? We had one, yes. What about second breakfast? Long bottom leaf. Dragon Judge said Jack and Goal's moment is good, but this isn't why it's 10 out of 10 chapter. Heracles being back in the chapter makes a 10 out of 10 Dragon's Rage. I won't hear any different. Literally, that page, 10 out of 10. Problem solved, once again. Mark said you haven't seen nothing yet. Oh, I did. Trust me, the Buddha thing, we should have seen it coming. It was amazing, but once again, and it did solidify it as 10 out of 10. But for me, guys, the Heracles stuff, I literally started to, like, you guys don't, like, well, you probably do. Have you ever been so into something? Have you ever been so into a story or a movie? Like, think about a book that made you cry. Think about a movie or a TV show or whatever, a manga that made you actually feel, that made you cry. For me, there are a few of those. And for some reason, I don't know why, but something resonated with me in Heracles. Like, I love Adam to death. Adam's a fantastic character. I love Adam. But I don't weep for Adam. Like, Heracles was like the most well-developed character in the story by far, in my opinion. And he was the most three-dimensional. And something about him resonated with me. And I actually, like when I was seeing that, it gave me something. And I mean, I know that sounds stupid. It's a pencil and paper. It's 40 chapters of a story. Big fucking whoop. But to my mind, it's that opinion is the same people that have never cried at a movie. You know? It's like, they're just actors. What are you getting so upset about? But that's the sign of great acting. That's the sign of good storytelling. It's a sign of a good movie. And in this case, for me, this is a sign of a great manga because seeing Heracles back, and he's not back. It's just old panels, but the scene was there for me. So, anyways, not to get too emotional about that, but yeah, like I was actually getting not teary-eyed, but like I could feel it. You know. MC Dude said, "Oh my fucking god, sorry, Misk, I put my phone under my arm for 1 second." It was that. I was asked this, like, oh, Misk being a bad boy, that's weird, but no, okay. Yeah, I figured that was MC Dude. Miss Kanza said, I have no idea if the horn is a reference to Buddhism or not. Sounds like a weird comparison. If not, I guess so. Don't know. Miss Kanza says, oh, I said, yeah, anyway, 10 out of 10 chapter. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I agree. Miss Kanza said, the more I read the intro, the more I like it. I think it may become my favorite. This is, once again, it might be my favorite chapter overall, but I'm going to have to reread the chapter where Brunhild cries at Heracles' photo and read the whole chapter and decide which chapter I like more. Like, this was super hype. This was unexpected. This is like, wow, holy shit. And I'm not arguing it's 10 out of 10. But is it the best chapter of all Valkyrie? Maybe for you, maybe not for me. I don't know yet. Have to reread. Fine said, you're going to be having a small repeat this Sunday, kind of probably. A small repeat this Sunday, kind of probably. Why? This Sunday. One Piece, Ayakashi Triangle, Black Clover, My Hero Academia. I mean, One Piece is right in the throw of the big Yonko fight. I mean, so there could be some epic shit, but I don't think it's this epic. One Piece is fantastic, but I don't think, I can't see the next chapter of One Piece being on this level. That's just me. Let's see. Miss said, his weapon is a giant Buddhist prayer wheel. Yeah, I know that from playing like Far Cry and playing all that stuff. I understand, like, it's a big mall with the Buddhist like praying thing, you spin it or whatever. So yeah, which is used in Tibet and Nepal where Buddha was born. Yeah, fair enough. I did recognize that. I didn't say it. That's my bad. Miss Conda said, Heimdall's hype lines do seem to strongly suggest he was born a human and somehow ascended to godhood, but it's not. Yeah, exactly, but it's not stated. It's weird. Fine said, there are worse jobs as a slave, to be honest. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Miss Conda said, well, congrats, Buddha. You just became the best character. Second to second to Heracles. Sorry. MC Dude said, man, a few words. Dr. said, and that moment turned Buddha into one of my favorites. I already really, as I said, Buddha was in my top 3 favorite gods that I've seen thus far. I think it was number 2, right behind Herc. And this keeps him number 2 behind Herc, but it probably elevates him as I like him more than almost all of humanity. Who do I like more in humanity? I think I like Buddha more than Adam now. Just off the top of my head, maybe I'm forgetting somebody, but it goes Herc, Buddha, Adam. I think that's fair. That's what Dr. said. Chubb said Buddha top tier. Buddha is top tier. Haley said Atem. Cough, Atem, cough. I mean, a little bit, yeah. Dragon's Rage said, now this is a 10 out of 10 chapter. Absolutely. MC2 said, oh yeah, best goal face ever on that reaction page. Yep. Caden said, I called back a few stream ago that Buddha would betray the gods and fight with humanity. You did? Sorry, I forgot that. I didn't, you probably did say that. My bad for not remembering, but if Caden called it, Caden knew. This guy said, yes, this chapter just mixes up everything, doesn't it? It really does. There's so much that now open doors. So many open doors. That means Hermes can fight. But will it actually be Hermes, or will it be somebody else? Would it be Hades? People have been saying, where's Ra? Where's Hades? How's Hermes going to fight? Where's ABC? 1, 2, 3, right? There's so many other gods. This is a way to do it. Have the betrayer. Cool. And now there's a human traitor somewhere, says Dr. Not necessarily, just because Buddha... I think that would take away from this. If then, like, in round 10 or 11, if a human traitor happened, it would take away from this, be like, oh, well, Buddha did it, now humanity's going to do it. Ha, we're playing the same gimmick. I don't see it. This manga has constantly shown us, like, different ways of interpretation and poetic license, and now it's flipping the table completely and going, ha. So this manga is all about building hype, and I don't think they're going to try the same trick twice. But you might be right. I don't know. Ms. Content said the difference between Herc and Buddha is the difference between lawful good and chaotic good. Exactly. Perfect way to describe it, Miss. One said, I think there might be a human traitor too. I don't see a human traitor, guys. Who would it be, first of all? Maybe Rasputin, maybe. But second of all, even if there was, what good does that do? If Jack the Ripper, the killer himself, didn't want to kill all of humanity and betray humanity for the gods to see the world died in blood and everybody dead, who the fuck on the list would? Like, seriously. I just don't see it. Like, you can't... It's easy to say there's a humanity traitor. But who would it be? Like, I need reasoning and I need background and I need... You give me a character with a good reason as to why they would do it and why they think it's a good beneficial idea. Like, maybe Quinn, the Chinese guy who wanted to live forever, who wanted to find the Philosopher's Stone, blah, blah, blah. He's part of, the Kingdom manga, all that stuff. If you don't know, the one who unified China, maybe he wants to ascend to godhood like Heracles did, like Buddha did, etc., etc. You could go down that line, but I just find that a little weak, but maybe it'll happen. Let's see. Dragon Trade said, in all seriousness, we all knew this would happen. I think in the back of our minds, we all did know it because it seemed so obvious the moment we saw it. Ms. Khan said, also, Buddha is definitely way stronger than Herc, so he can actually pull a stunt like this and maybe get away with it. That's true. Unfortunately, we can't deny that Heracles is one of the weaker gods. He was nerfed, in my opinion, very heavily. It's unfortunate, but, it is what it is. Nah, Mark says, Buddha just has bigger cajones? Does that mean stones, like bigger balls? Or I don't know. Alfred says, also, Herc is a responsible military man. It's his duty to represent the gods, while Buddha doesn't care. Exactly. You have the man who fights for honor and duty, trying to do what's right, but also being on it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that you guys are also praising Herc as a character. You're not shitting on Herc and going, nah, Buddha did it right. Herc was too pussy, to do it that way. And it's like, no, like, you guys get it just like I get it. I'm happy to see it. Praise the chat. Praise the chat because you guys are absolutely right. Yeah. Mark said also Hades for new replacement for the win. Yeah, everybody wants to see Hades. I would be happy with Hades. Hades, Hermes. I really want to see Ra. I don't know where Ra or Osiris is. That'd be really cool for me. Where's Athena? Anyways. Yeah, I mean, these are gods that I know, guys. But, like, people are complaining about the heavy Japanese representation. But people are also complaining about Greek representation and Norse representation. I'm like, first of all, they're literally in Valhalla, so it's Norse territory 101. Honestly, if you're going to take out anybody, take out Loki and Apollo. Like, really. Replace Loki with, like, Ra or somebody from Egyptian, and then replace Loki with Hades. Because I want to see Loki die off screen. It still might happen, but I don't want to see Loki in a fight. I think Loki's a little shit disturber, a little weasel. Let's see. Alfred said, another Greek? Please no, but why not? We have how many Greeks? We have Zeus, Poseidon, Apollo. That's it. It's only 3. Norse has 3 too. Odin, Thor, and Loki. Is there a third one that I'm forgetting? Well, Heracles is Greek. Okay, yeah. So there was 4, but I mean, yeah, I could see why you want something different, something new. But I've seen a lot of people complain, like out of all of them, like Bishamunten, what are you doing here? Sort of idea. If anything, but once again, my idea is that Beelzebub is the all 7 crown princes of hell. So you can't have like Lucifer added or Satan or Mammon or Leviathan or whatever. Maybe Lilith. You could add Lilith to, I don't know. Alfred says, another Greek, please. No, we already have 4 Greeks. That's true, but Hades would be awesome. Mark said, then what do you suggest? That's true. What do you suggest? Dragonship said, now Griever, I ask you, who again is your favorite, Herc or Buddha? I love the fact that you spelt favorite right, but it's still Heracles. Heracles is the greatest character in Valkyrie. Still is. Buddha is right up there with him. Same tier, same greatness. I just personally like Heracles more. Not saying Buddha's not amazing. Not saying he's not just as great a character or his moments aren't even as hype or more hype. I'm just saying that me personally, Heracles, I resonated with Heracles from day one, the moment we saw him in the first chapter of the first chapter he was introduced, and ever since I've felt that loss this entire time. It's weird to say that about a fictional 2D character sort of idea, but I feel it, guys. You know, it's something like, for example, I don't think Naruto's that great. I wouldn't even put it in my top 10 manga ever, and a lot of people would be like, what? But I will admit that I teared up. I think I actually did cry when I first read the manga. I cried at Jiraiya's death and the reaction chapters after that. Naruto found out and stuff. That they did that right, So even a manga that I don't even really care for and characters I don't care for still made me cry, made me feel. So you have to understand that if that's the case, like I like Jiraiya a lot. But if that's the case, just imagine how I feel about a character that I adore like Heracles. Heracles would probably be in my top 10 manga characters of all time. I've read 200 fucking plus manga, and I can say that pretty confidently. Miss Content says, listen, if Odin walks out, Buddha might be fucked. Exactly. Who else can take on Buddha on the list? Bishamunten might try this 0 thing, will probably come into effect. That's what I foresee. But if it's not, who else can take the fucker on? Odin. That's it. Odin's the only other one. Zeus already had his batch. Now, granted, is there any rule? Can Sasuke fight again? Can Zeus fight again? I didn't exactly see a rule. I mean, Buddha's fucking the rules. He's switching sides. Is there anything stating that Zeus can't fight again? Just wondering. Not saying it wouldn't be unfair or there's no way they would do that. I'm saying I don't see a rule there. And even if there was, Buddha's not exactly following the rules. So, but either way, yeah. Alfred said, I prefer Buddha being forced to fight for gods, maybe because of Zero. I mean, see, this is how Zero is going to come into effect, though, right? Alfred said, I don't want the list to change. I like that the list is changing because there's a lot of gods and a lot of humans that people want to see. I'm still pissed that there's no King Arthur and Alexander the Great. I think they need to, maybe they didn't want to copy the Fate series because they're including those a lot, but I think that those are 2 major characters in history that need to be included. So, Dr. said, by the way, for people saying that Herc should have done the same, remember that Herc's deal with the gods is that he became a god in exchange that gods didn't interfere with mankind, so he can't go back on his word. Exactly. People getting Herc here. Tenryo said, if Buddha fights a god, then they either got to get a human on the god side or get another god to fill Buddha's spot. Exactly. But that's how you include Hermes or Hades, which people have been crying for. It makes perfect sense. MC Dude said, there's still a few ways for the list not to change. MC Dude said, I like the idea of human trader there. Though, the idea is great, but it would be doing the same gimmick reversed. It just wouldn't be good from a storytelling perspective, in my opinion. Not that it couldn't work. You could have the Chinese emperor, or you could have Rasputin or someone like being like, haha, they'll give me godhood if I do this. Ha 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 ha. You know, maybe, but anyways. Tenryo says 14 humans versus 12 gods ain't fair. No, they'll fill out the list. There's still only going to be 13 rounds, Tenryo. It doesn't matter. They're still going to pinch hit. What if, as Dragon's Rage and MC Dude and a lot of people have brought up, what happens if somebody is killed, like in between rounds? What if Okita is killed before his fight, for example? That doesn't mean that the 13th round doesn't happen because they don't have a contender. Friggin' Brunhild will go, okay, Einstein then. Okay, King Arthur then. You know, she'll pull another human out of somewhere. There's more than 13 gods. There's more than 13 humans. So it's totally fine. There's not going to be a round where, oh, well, you ran out of gods, so it's okay. Ms. Condon said, I remember when Buddha first showed up and people had some mixed feelings? Good times. Exactly. Good times, right? Good times. Alfred said, I don't find trader human theory logical. Me neither. I could see it if someone was vying for like, haha, you'll turn me into a god if I do X, Y, Z. I could see it, but I think it'd be weak. Because that's been done so many times, the greedy human. But then again, in this, where we're showcasing humanity at its best and its worst, it would be good to show the greediest of humans. Somebody like Rasputin or Chinese Emperor Qin, right? Ms. Condon says, Buddha's like, I'm top 3 gods. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Yeah, pretty much. Rasputin might be a traitor since he was the most religious in life, says Ductaro. He was more of a con man in life, but yeah. MC Dude said, how would it look for the gods to accept someone willingly to betray their kind? I'd like to see them grapple with that. Well, see, here could be the thing. You win your fight and we'll give you godhood. They win and then they kill him in the background. Gods don't need to be honorable. They're not all Heracles. Fine said, based Buddha. Miss Conta said, unparalleled chat energy in all of heaven and earth. Fine said F. Dragon said F. Thank you guys for the Fs in the chat. F in the chat. OBS sucks. One is also the mace of his staff is actually used for praying or something like that. Yes, Miss already told me about that. Yes, I do know what that is. That is one part of Buddhism I was aware of. I forgot to mention it. I just first mentioned like he has his two-handed maul, and then it was like the Buddha thing, and I just forgot to mention it. But I do know about it. Haley said, way to go, Buddha. Alfred said, damn F for Heimdall's horn. Yeah, F for Heimdall's horn. Dragon Drake said, Zeus is looking kind of scared in comparison to Odin. Odin's just pissed. Haley said, damn you, da boss Buddha. Haley said, 100 out of 100. Misk said, what the hell would Regan do? Sell more missiles to the Why do I find that so funny? I mean, it's true, but why did I find that so fucking funny? Like, I was thinking more like Ronald Reagan, the fucking, like, the American president? No, the actor. You know, like that sort of joke. I don't know why I found it so funny. I don't know. Fine said OBS F. Yeah, we had like 3 Fs in OBS. Shitty program. Haley said he's using Hindu god cards. Absolutely. I draw. Kaiba, I summon Vishnu of the Hindu religion. Now, face me, fusion, polymerization with, you know. Miss Conda says, unless there was another stream I missed, I think this has gotten better views than any other. It's definitely had the most concurrent viewers according to my studio thing. Having, at one time, I think we had like 25 people. I think that's the best I've done of all time. There was one stream where I had 20 people before. I think that was the 7 Deadly Sins final chapter stream. That was a big one. But yeah, this stream has been doing exceptionally well. Ms. Kanda says, this week's Jiu-Jitsu stream will have some Buddhist references. Cool. Fine says, yeah, that. All right, as I said, guys, I don't know if that'll be Saturday, Sunday. I have no idea. Dragon's Hood said, Buddha is way cooler than Herc. You're entitled to your opinion, no matter how wrong it is. Haley said, I love Buddha as much as I love God. I mean, if you're a Christian, that works good. But it's also blasphemy, so I don't know. Dragon's Hood said, if there's a traitor, imagine if it's a Valkyrie sister. That would be it. See, if there's a traitor and it was a Valkyrie sister, that would be cool. Miss Conda says, I'm genuinely worried Buddha will die. Let's hope he can get humanity that W. I'm actually worried that too. I can see that. I can see this going so many ways. This can go in 9 different directions, and I have no clue which one. Dragon said, Herc wasn't nerfed. Also, yes, he was. There is no fucking other way to look at it, because 5 rounds of God fights, and only one God had a handicap, a detriment to using his God powers. So yes, nerf. There's no other way to say it. And Buddha both wanted to do good. They just went about it different ways. Absolutely. Tisar is here. Hello, Tisar. I think this is your first stream of mine. Welcome. In a way, Heracles was the gods may win, but humanity proves their value line of thinking. Buddha is the gods are losers. Humanity deserves the win. Once again, I'm sort of on. I see why the gods want to eliminate humanity. You can't not see that. But I disagree slightly. This is definitely a good way to look at it. But I think Hercules said the gods may win, but humanity proves their value. I think it's more. But I want to prove that humanity still, the gods may win, but humanity still deserves to live. I think that is more accurate, but we'll see. I still like your line, and welcome to the stream. Dragon Surge said, Loki is going to pull something. Absolutely. Dragon Surge said, Griever, you say you hate Naruto, but don't seem to really hate it. I hate Naruto for different reasons. The same reason that I dislike things like Halo, One Punch Man, what's another one? Attack on Titan, Hunter x Hunter. There's a few like that. And hate is a strong word. I think Naruto is not that great. I think it's a 6 out of 10 manga at best. Personally. But that doesn't mean it's bad. Once again, a 5 is average. So 6 is okay. It's not, and there's a lot of good parts. But anyways, we'll talk about that another time. Let's see. Caden said, Buddha is going to F up whatever God comes out. I think so. Caden said, Jiraiya's death still make me cry. Jiraiya's death was powerful. Black Jesus. Are you going to get any figure of Record of Ragnarok if they release any? Heracles. I've never been a figure guy. I love my action figures. I have so many action figures still at my parents' house somewhere in a little, tote somewhere. But I've never been a big figurine guy. I think they're really cool. I had a friend who had a Sailor Jupiter, my favorite Sailor Scout, by the way. Sailor Jupiter figurine, really detailed, really awesome. I just sort of was I don't want to spend that money on that, there's other memorabilia I prefer. I want to buy the volumes of manga. I want to buy the comics. I don't necessarily want all the memorabilia. I want the posters and things like that. I don't want those things, but if they released a Heracles, an official Heracles one, I think I'd get it. Yeah. Dragon's Rage said, I wish there was a Viking in the tournament. Yeah, you said that before, and I agree, but what Viking? Is there a main Viking of history? I don't know. I'm not the great Wikipedia that you guys think I am. Miss Condon said, this also means one human won't fight. How did they decide that? Probably the weakest human, I would say. Leonidas still get a fight for sure. Okita's going to fight for sure. Tesla and Rasputin are going to fight for sure. But I could see if they said no to I can see if they said no to the White Death, a lot of people would be pissed, but I don't really give a shit about the White Death. The Chinese Emperor, I can see that. I can see Nostradamus. So I can see ones being cut. Hillis and Dan Green. I hope Dan Green enters the fray. If Dan Green entered the fray, it'd be like the Dark Side of Dimensions movie where all of a sudden he just ding, whoosh, and they have the orchestral ha hey ha ha ha, and it's just like Atem the Pharaoh has returned, and he just silently just plays a card and wins, just wins the duel. You know, if Dan Green showed up, he'd literally be Yami Yugi, and he'd just win. I'm the motherfucking king of games. Dragon Church said, Mist, you didn't have to roast Reagan like that. I mean, he deserves every bit of the roasting. Axel Aliens is in here. Hello, Axel. Says, I wonder what are Buddha's abilities. Me too. Like, this is going to be a great fight. I think it's going to be a little different than the slugfest of Zeus and Adam and Raiden and Shiva. I think we're going to get more ability-based stuff. Axel also said, so Herc is lawful good and Buddha is chaotic good. Exactly. That's a perfect way to say it. Caden said Shiva had a handicap when he activated his god powers. I mean, it was burning really hot, but that's because they were super strong. Like, he's being pushed to his limit sort of idea. That's not really nerfed. He went above and beyond his limit of what he could do. It's a little different. I see what you're saying, but I could argue that point. Haley said, you hate Halo? Absolutely. The first time I heard someone say that Halo is better than Ocarina of Time, I literally wanted to punch them in the face. First off, GoldenEye is a better FPS. Second off, so Halo's not even the best in its genre, let alone the best video game of all time. So people always, Halo's the greatest thing in the world. It's like, no, it's not. No, it's fucking not. It's a good game. It's a great FPS. That's where it's done. It's not the greatest game of all time. I can name 5 off the top of my head. You know. So that's what pissed me off. It's not Halo that pissed me off. It made me hate Halo. It's not Halo that pissed me off. It's the people who play Halo, who love Halo. It's the fans and the communities that ruin things for me. One Punch Man is not that bad. I actually enjoy One Punch Man for the most part. The community made me despise it for the longest time. Now I'm back to even keel, but before I used to actually I literally hated it because of the community. One Punch Man's the greatest thing of all time. No, it's fucking not. Like, I couldn't stand the level of hype built around a decent manga with good characters and great animation and art. I couldn't stand it. The same with Halo. It's the same with a lot of things. It's not about hating things that are popular to be a hipster. I hate hipsters. It's not about that. It's just about disliking, like, people just going out of their way, like, this is the greatest, it's the greatest, it's the greatest. It's like, shut the fuck up. You know? Like, every Valkyrie stream, you don't see me, unless the chat brings it up, I don't exactly sit here for 20 minutes and go, Heracles was the greatest character, fuck Adam, fuck Zeus, fuck Shiva, fuck Poseidon, fuck everybody, fuck Buddha. Heracles is the only good. Heracles is. You don't see me doing that every fucking Valkyrie stream. I didn't bring up Heracles in the Adam video, did I? I might have. but you know what I mean? Like, when you're talking on a topic, like, why does it always got to be in that conversation? That's how I feel like these things that ascend to this level of fame have these loud-spoken Karens and fucking big mouths that all they do is tote this shit like bread was invented for a second time. And it's like, look, I love Ocarina of Time. Greatest video game of all time, personally. But it's not bread invented again. It's a video game at the end of the day. It's greatness. Best video game I ever played. Still not bread invented again. Some people treat Halo like it is. It's just like, no, it's not. No video game could be that. And that's what pissed me off. It's the people around it, not the, you know. But yeah. Miss Content says, all right, theory time. Gods are looking down on everything from birth and can't get the same full perspective of the world as humans, so they can't reach enlightenment like humans can. Great theory. Love it. Ms. Khan said that's why Buddha wants to save them. Agree with that too. Haley said Attila the Hun. Possible. I don't mind Attila the Hun. Fine said White Death isn't very likely to not ID because we've seen his design. Yeah, that's true too. That's true. I'm just not the hugest. Not that I'm not a fan. It's just whatever. Dranger said Bob Ross. Yes, get Bob Ross. Get Mr. fucking Rogers in here. Get Mr. Dress Up. Fuck it. Ms. Condon said also this chapter throw every fighter theory out the goddamn window. Yeah, it did. Fine says GoldenEye. Yes, GoldenEye. Best FPS of all time. Ms. Condon said if the rounds 1 to 4 pattern holds up, this fight's going to have us emotionally at the edge of our seats, probably because we're so scared of Buddha dying. That's very true. Fine question. The N64 one? Yeah, of course. Greatest FPS of all time. Dragon's Rage, it solidified multiplayer for all the games that came after it. You know? It's like people who say, I don't like Lord of the Rings, but Game of Thrones is the greatest book of all time. It's like, without Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones is not possible to ever even exist. You know, so, same deal. GoldenEye revolutionized multiplayer, LAN multiplayer for FPS. And following that, it made it general and revolutionized it. And following that, we have things like the Call of Duty, the Halos, all that stuff, right? So, Dragons said, gods, humanity was a mistake. Bob Ross. There are no mistakes, only happy accidents. Bob Ross would be, Dragons is right, Bob fucking Ross should be in this fight. Bob Ross would be great. Haley said, yes, it is along with the game. Yeah. Dragon's Rage said, fans shouldn't affect your enjoyment of a show. It doesn't affect my enjoyment of a show. Because I can sit down and I can watch, like, for example, I can watch One Punch Man. I can enjoy One Punch Man first season. But people telling me, like, if I'm in a top 10 list right now, like, let's go back to 2017. When One Punch Man was at its height, whenever, or Attack on Titan first came out and everyone was losing their shit, and I said, top 10 anime of all time, or for me, right, or whatever, and I made a list, and I didn't include One Punch Man or Attack on Titan, people would say, list sucks because this anime isn't there. That's the type of people, and that ruins it for me, because I haven't even seen this shit. And you've already decided that you need to watch this. It's better than anything you've ever seen. And it's like, it's that level of hype. I don't think anything should ever be hyped up that far. Because then it becomes to a point, you know, like everybody. Saitama can beat Goku. Well, I don't think he can. But, you know, first off, he's a parody character. People hate that argument. He's a parody character. So he can't lose by that argument. Saitama cannot lose. He's a parody character. So your argument is invalid. Why is anybody doing a versus battle in the first place? Second place, if it was legitimate and he's not a parody character, then Goku would win. So shut the fuck up. Like, I hated that argument for the longest fucking time, and it was stupid on two fronts. One, Saitama's a parody character. Then people would come back to me, you don't fucking read it. You don't know. He's not a parody character. It's like, well, fucking yes, he is. And second off, even if you argue that he isn't, then he has done literally nothing that Goku hasn't done a million times long before One Punch Man, long before one was born. So, like, I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Like, that ruined, before I even knew what One Punch Man was, it ruined it for me because everybody was arguing about this stupid webcomic parody character being the greatest, could beat everybody. It's like Haruhi Suzumiya can beat everybody too. She just needs to dream it, think it, and want it, and it's done. I don't see anybody stacking up Haruhi Suzumiya. I don't want Saitama to be the One Punch Man. Guess what? It would fucking happen. So, like, I just, like, that, I've always hated that. And before I even read or watched a single episode of One Punch Man, that's my introduction to it, and it really tainted me. So, that's my problem with that shit, is when people tote this shit way too high, they get in these big arguments, and it's the big talk of the town, and then you watch it, and you're like, okay, yeah, the animation's 10 out of 10. It's not a bad story and stuff, but Why is this trending on YouTube? Like, as the greatest hashtag of all time? Like, I get why, like, Avengers Endgame, made the box office. I get that. I don't get why, I don't get why One Punch Man was the most trending thing since the Bible, or it's the greatest, like, things like that. And I'm not just harping about One Punch Man, guys. There's others. That's why I brought up Halo and things like that, too, to sort of balance it out. It's not about hating one franchise. It's about showcasing that these things that are built up and built up and built up, and people argue till they're blue in the face about it. The Karens of the world just ruin that shit. Fans shouldn't affect your enjoyment of the show. So Dragon Trades, I think that's what I was referencing. Haley said, okay, but why do you hate it? Once again, I don't actually hate it. I hate the people before I even knew what it was. Fine said the prototype isn't always the best one, in my opinion. Not saying it is. This wasn't the prototype for FPS, but it was the best FPS. To this day, you can go down and play GoldenEye, and it's still amazing. Like, it aged incredibly well. And something built on the backbones of something else. Like, without GoldenEye, you don't get Gears of War. You don't get Halo. You don't get Call of Duty. So GoldenEye had to happen, and it had to be as good as it was to make other FPSs that followed it great. Without Lord of the Rings, you don't have Game of Thrones. You don't have Forgotten Realms. You don't have, right? So it's about, there's got to be a certain level of respect and appreciation, but you also have to look back beyond that as well, in my opinion. But your opinion is it's not always the best. My opinion, most of the times it still is. Like, Lord of the Rings is still the great. Goddamn OBS. God damn it. Stupid thing. F's in the chat, boys. Let's see. Miss says, I think Buddha's backstory has the potential to be the best. It probably will be the best backstory. I will agree with that. Haley said, it's up to there. I wish that Jackass took that back, and both Ocarina of Time and Halo are equal. Halo is not Ocarina of Time. Halo is not even that great. But yeah. Miss Conrad said, seeing how someone reached enlightenment in a battle manga sounds exceptionally interesting. Buddha's backstory is going to be, like, I think Misk is right, guys. What do you guys think? I think Buddha's backstory is going to be the best that we've seen thus far. Fine said, yeah, that just comes with popularity. Yeah, but there's popularity, and then there's that. Like, it gets to this point, and then it sort of like, I'll give you an example. Here, this glass represents popularity. And I know I'm pouring really poorly, guys, but I'm trying to make a point. Okay, see it, see it, see it, see it, see it. Oh, we're at the top, we're at the top. Oh, look at that, we're at the top, we're at the top. That's the height popularity should reach, the top of the glass. Now, I'm not going to waste good beer, but my point is, I'll use, like Loki showed in the Adam versus Zeus fight, at the very brim. I'm talking popularity that overflows that, and it cracks the glass. And that is what I'm talking about. It's not things that are popular up to the fill their glass. That's proper levels of hype. Overhype is when you overfill the glass. And when you overhype something before somebody's even seen it, to me, overhype ruins things for me. It doesn't ruin it forever. Like One Punch Man, I'm back to an even keel. But I was against it, adamantly against it, before I even saw it because of the overhype, because of the broken glass. It ascended past what it should have been. Just like Halo did, just like, what was the other thing? Something else. Haley said, I'm with you. Gintama. Gintama's great, though. I've only read a little bit of it, but I love it. Fine said, who the fuck is Haruhi Suzumiya? From The Adventures and the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. A very classic manga and anime. Fine said, there's also Half-Life. Yeah, there's another one, Half-Life. Or Fable. And Fable, the creator, hates his fans, but people still crawl back to it. Haley said, now you like it? I didn't say that. Fine said, OBS F. Yep. MC said, oh dear. Dranger said, off topic, but the weighted words ability for Medica Box would fit Escanor very well. He does basically use weighted words. It's fantastic. Yes, weighted words would fit Escanor perfectly. MC Dude said F. Dragon Story said F. Dragon Story said Buddha's backstory is going to be very deep. I agree. I think it'll be the best one. Fine said, actually, that is the one. That's one thing about Heracles. I didn't like how they changed Heracles' backstory. I understand why they did to nerf him in the fight, but I did not care for his backstory, how they changed it radically from being the son of Zeus as a half-blood. That was, to me, that was sort of weak. Fine said, there's always a certain percentage of fans in a fandom that's bad. Absolutely, but I find that certain fandoms have that analogy I was making, and it goes beyond just a couple that you can say, okay, those are just a couple of assholes on the internet. It becomes like the thing. Haley said, fuck Del Rio. Never mind, I love Halo, but I hate Captain Del Rio. Don't even know who that is. Fine said, Record of Ragnarok has a few toxic fans, but there aren't as many as the One Punch Man fandom. I agree with that. There's going to be toxic fans everywhere, but it's about the amount of them, the percentage of them. This content says, we're going to learn about how a deity of philosophy came to his beliefs in the present. There'll be unbelievable amounts of stuff to talk about. I agree. Fine said, also, I think both GoldenEye and Halo are bad because it's both consoles, isn't it? Yes, and there's a perfect example. You probably are not a console fan. I would argue that some of the best games ever made are console games. So, but you would say, no, PC gaming is the only way. And, I mean, that's your opinion as well. But see, that's not a toxic thing. That's just... so and if that's your way, see, I like PC gaming and I like console gaming. I think they both have their merit. Haley said AOT was not as good as One Punch Man. Actually, Attack on Titan is better than One Punch Man in my opinion. Hot take: Attack on Titan, better written story than One Punch Man. One Punch Man is My Hero Academia and X-Men mixed together with a parody character as its lead. Hot take. Let's see. Dragon said, favorite Gintama arc? Don't know, because I've read very little of it. Still on my to-watch list. Or to-read list as well. Miss Condon says, I think you can play both on PC now. I mean, you can emulate anything on PC now, so what are you going to do? All right, we're finally caught up with the chat. I am bursting like a goddamn racehorse, so I need to pee. Then we're coming back. We're going to finish this beer. We'll end the chat. We'll end the stream. It was a great stream. I love all of you. Blah, 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 blah. Even though we've gotten controversial, I'm getting sweaty over here. I've been watching Cops. That's a thing. I don't think that's a thing anywhere else. But my brother always used to say that whenever people getting sweaty, like if you're getting like sweaty or you're getting heated, he's like, what are you doing? I was watching Cops, that like reality TV show, watching like cops bust people and stuff. I don't know where it came from. I don't know where he got it. Maybe it's a South Park thing or something that I don't watch. But yeah. So, anyway, we'll be right back, and then we'll finish off the stream. Focus camera. I demand it. Let's go. We only got... Oh, we're down to single digits. All right. This means it's going to be a good time to end the stream. But this was such a successful stream. 2.5 hours of nothing but net. Nothing but greatness. I'm going to be curious. I got 13 likes. I had 20 odd people, but only 13 likes. But that doesn't mean there were 7 or 8 dislikes. It just means that there's 13 likes. So it's going to be interesting to see. Let's see. So we're probably going to end the stream really soon, guys. Bring out your last questions. I'm going to read the chat. Bring out any last questions and stuff, and then we're going to end the stream. So let's see. Fine says, I think console gaming, but not shooter, apart from Splatoon, because that has gyro controls. I'm going to take your word for it. I'm actually not an FPS guy. I literally basically only play GoldenEye. Like, I don't think I've ever actually played a Call of Duty. I've watched people play it, but I don't think I've ever actually picked up a controller and played Call of Duty before. I played Halo like once. Like, I'm not an FPS guy. I suck at it, actually. I'm more of an RPG, adventure, hack and slash, Dynasty Warriors, that sort of style, puzzle games. But yeah. I don't think that'll be a hot take amongst most people. I mean, believe it or not, there's so many One Punch Man toxic fans, so many One Punch Man stans, but I think a lot of them unsubscribed to me after watching my reactions and hating on Tatsumaki and thinking Saitama is not the most four-dimensional character of all time. So I think people, like, anybody who, they walked away from that. I don't know. Haley said, I love James Bond games. Yeah, From Russia with Love was a good game, too. So was Agent Under Fire. Fine said, some people would say you're overhyping Shuumatsu. You think it's that good? You just think it's that good? Am I overhyping Shuumatsu? Am I overhyping it? No. I don't think I am. You know how I'm not? Because I don't go into Reddit forums and other people's top 10 lists and say, you didn't include Shuumatsu no Valkyrie, so this list sucks. That's how I'm not overhyping it. You're on my channel in my stream where I can hype whatever the fuck I want. When you overhype is when you literally go into somebody else's content. You go on a neutral platform or into somebody else's home and then you tote your shit. If I want to plaster these walls with Shuumatsu no Valkyrie, that's not overhype because you don't need to come to my house. I invite you in. You don't need to be here. But if I go to your house and I start putting Shuumatsu no Valkyrie shit on the wall, that's overhype. See what I'm saying? That's sort of the difference. That was probably a bad analogy because who the fuck would let somebody put a poster on their wall? But still, I think you guys get my point. It's like, when you come into somebody else's home, what they love and how they decorate their home and stuff. Like, I've walked into people's basement and it's all Boston Bruins shit. Now, I'm a Montreal Canadiens fan, so of course I hate that shit. They're like, what do you think of the basement? Well, I fucking hate it. I would never do it. But it doesn't mean it's bad, right? But he loves the Boston Bruins. So everything's Boston Bruins. That's not overhype. It's his home. He's doing what he wants. Now, if he comes to somebody else, is every time you invite him over to the game and you're watching Ottawa Senators versus Toronto Maple Leafs, and he goes, wish this was a Boston game. That player doesn't play like the Boston player. That goalie, I wish it was Raycroft, because the Boston Bruins goalie would have caught that shot. The Boston Bruins, that's overhype. Shut the fuck up. We're not talking about Montreal Canadiens, my team. We're not talking about Boston Bruins, your team. We're watching a game with Toronto and Ottawa. It's got nothing to do with Boston Bruins. It's got to do with hockey, but it's got nothing to do with the Boston Bruins right now. See what I'm saying? I just made 3 analogies. I think one of them might have stuck. I don't know. Dragon Dude said, Griever, out of curiosity, who do you think won at the end of Medica Box? Everybody. Nobody lost. Kumagawa made what's-her-name pregnant. That's cool. So he finally he's not a loser anymore. He did get a win, remember, in the manga, but he also, he's no longer a loser because he now he's a dad. That's something that like is like, you could look at success and stuff like that. And then Zenichi or Hitoshi Tayashi, whatever, finally got with Medica without her help. Medica came back. Medica's happy. Everybody won. Who lost? And Ajima, she finally got a world that wasn't the world of shonen manga like she thought. Not like everybody got a happy ending in that manga. It was really good. Miscontent though, you spelt Medica Box wrong. I've always got to call out Dragon Search. I only call it Dragon Search. I don't call out anybody else. I always call it Dragon Search. It's so funny. Dragon Search is like my grammar for Dragon Search. Everybody else, fuck yeah, you're fine. If you like using like text talk like lol and U for you and like C for C and anyway, Miss Content says, well, now you can watch my reviews for these chapters. Absolutely. Go check out Miss Content. Not that he needs my fucking help. The dude surpassed me like it was easy for him. I've been struggling. I'm working and Miss Content just jumps in. Yeah, I think I'll talk about manga. Boom! I mean, the man just blew up. It was crazy. But once again, fantastic that he did. Miss Content's a great guy. And he's got some great content, guys. So go check it out. Same with Keishan Prime. Don't forget to check out Keishan Prime. He was in here earlier. Yeah. Dranger said, you have now risen from 455 subs to 456. Subs progress. You know, I'm a little surprised. Like, I jumped to, like, from 400, which was literally this month, to, like, 450 in no time. And now we're at 456. It's funny because this stream, I actually expected to grow more. But give it a couple days. Give it this weekend. I'll probably hit 460 plus easy. Only because, and I know that seems like a small number, but for me, I'm a small growth sort of channel. And this has been really big growth for me. I think we're going to hit 500 in February. I don't think I'm going to have to wait till March. And that's going to be really exciting. So I'm going to have to set another goal. But if we do, once again, I'll be setting up a poll next week of February. And I need your guys' help. I need you guys' input, of course. I'll be setting up a poll somewhere, maybe a new tag thing in Discord, whatever. And then I'll be showcasing and saying, all right, here's what we're going to be doing. And then you guys can vote. However, I'll have to make it work. I'll have to talk to Vib and Chubb and people who know how the fuck to use Discord. And we'll figure out a way so that everybody can have a chance to vote. Maybe I'll just make a quick video in February and say, comment below what content you want for the 500 milestone. And then we'll just tally it up and whatever you get, you get. But thank you to all 456 subs. So dude said, Rad. Miss Content said, do you think Bishamante or Loki are more likely to fight Buddha? Bishamante, I think, is the easy setup. But I think Loki looks so pissed that maybe Loki will pinch hit. Like Buddha changed sides, so now Loki might just be like, fuck this. Dragon's Rage said Bishamante because of Zero. Zero, I'm wondering if maybe that was like foreshadowing for even further down the line. MC Dude said, I'd like to see that Loki beef escalate. I would too. Fine said he's almost at 2K. Yeah, I know. Misk. Misk's doing amazing. Misk is just making me look like a chump, man. It's awesome. Purple Tape said, what's up, G baby? What's up, man? Miss Cam says, I'm even bigger than Grim now. Yeah, see, this is why I join Misk streams. Misk always jumps into mine, but guys, you have to understand, I'm jumping into his content now. I mean, that's just good publicity for me. But no, I really do like collabing with Misk. We've only done it like once or twice, but it's been a fun ride. So definitely check. I'll be a part of Misk content. Misk will be a part of my content. You know, it's all that good stuff. I miss that connection. Ever since the Boar's Hat podcast ended, I miss the connection with other YouTubers. You know, being able to talk, do content together and stuff. That's why I was so happy. I've been on a few Anaya's streams. I was so happy. After Seven Deadly Sins ended, there wasn't much of that. But now I get to be a part of Nia D. Hemming's Princess Tennis stream in February. And I was a part of the Attack on Titan discussion, which I sort of bombed. But on Misk's podcast a week or so ago. And Misk will be doing more of that. I'll be doing more open discussion content this year. There'll be an opportunity for more collabs, more YouTubers getting together again and being just able to shoot the shit, right? It'll be great. Dragons, didn't Kumagawa cut off contact with everyone for some reason? I can't remember. He did. He left, but it's implied, or I like to believe that, what's her name, the swimmer chick, has his baby. So, that's the one. That's Kumagawa's baby. Dragon Trades also said, also realistically, Kumagawa has won fights. Yeah, he did. I know it's a character thing. It is. Purple Tape said, what chapter are you on now in Hunter x Hunter? Still on like 120 something. So if you guys really want me to catch up, that could be the content. You could be like, all right, 500 milestone. You need to catch up to X arc. Like, catch up to chapter 200 and make a video. What do you think so far? Or a character discussion on what you think so far or something. I don't think I could catch up to all Hunter x Hunter in 1 week, but I could try, but I'd probably fail, and then I feel like I'd miss like important shit. So Haley said, hey Griever, do you like Yu-Gi-Oh? I love Yu-Gi-Oh. Actually, do I like Yu-Gi-Oh? Do the Egyptian god cards count, motherfuckers? Yeah, they do, because I got the Egyptian fucking god cards. I'm fucking awesome. But yeah. Miss Condon says, we'll do a podcast or concurrent stream when you catch up with Jujutsu. Sounds freaking good. Purple Tape said, 4 Knights, Horsemen of the Apocalypse Chapter 1 is out. I don't know how you feel about it. How I feel about it. Everyone keeps telling me that it's out, and I'm like, I looked for it really quick, but I didn't see anything. I'm gonna have to find it, and then I will be reviewing it. I will read it, then I won't be doing a stream. I won't be doing a reaction. I'll read it, I'll talk about it, I'll see what's up. I'm not expecting anything great. So, Dragon's Rage said later Dragon's Rage Institute, I think the Hunter x Hunter fans here just want you to get to where the anime ended. I don't know where that is. Is that after I'm at the Greed Island part. So, however far that is. Fine said, would you like to join that Jujutsu Kaisen podcast, miss? Fine said, would like to join. Oh, absolutely. Well, that's up to Misk, of course. But yeah, it's not just me and Misk solo. It's like Misk invites a few people on and stuff, and as long as you follow the rules, you're polished and stuff like that, everything goes great. I'm a bad person for constantly ranting, so like somebody asks you a question, and my rule of thumb now is watch the clock when you start and give yourself 5 minutes. 5 minutes is fair. You can talk whatever you want to say in 5 minutes. Once you reach the 5 minute mark, wrap it up, right? Because there's other people on the podcast, other people want to talk. That's my rule of thumb. Purple Tape said Manga Dex. I'll check it out. Miss Kunda said you're always welcome. Fine. I'll see who else I can get on. Yeah. Well, we're up to like chapter 60 something. So I'm like halfway through Jujutsu Kaisen ish. So this weekend I'll be more than halfway for sure. And then, as I said, month of March, we should be pretty close, I would think. But, yeah. Miss Kunda said, I need to learn how to keep people in line. I'm afraid of talking over guests. But, Misk, as a moderator, that is your job. I tell you what, though, if you still feel bad about that until you get your sea legs on that, on the podcast I am on, if you want me to, I will moderate. I don't mind doing that. Because I know what it was like for Grim to do, and I've had to moderate a few of Grim's streams for him at times when he's been busy and stuff like that, and it's a challenge, but I'm easy at talking over people. And one of the things is, don't be afraid to use the mute button. Nobody's going to get insulted. If they are, they don't belong on the stream. I've been muted only once, and I understood why, and once they unmuted me, I was like, all right, calm down, tone it down, right? That's all it was. It was not an insult. It's not saying no, you can't talk. It's not saying no, you can't make your point. It's just you gotta be concurrent and you gotta be consistent. You gotta be everything. So if you want me to, I'll until you get your sea legs on doing that, I can help out a couple of times. If I think something's going a little over, I can watch the clock for everybody, sort of idea. For your first few streams that I'm on, and the ones I'm not on. You can do it yourself, and then, You can work together on that and stuff. Usually most guys are pretty good, but when you have new people on and stuff like that, or people who aren't used to podcasts and some people are used to podcast chaos. Other people have it more structured. It just depends. Naya is a very structured streamer. So he is way better than I am, and he knows how to handle that shit. So, but yeah. Miss says, I appreciate the offer. Yeah, as I said, it's just an offer. I'm not saying I will do it, next time or whatever, but if you're a little worried, or if I think, I'll put it to you this way. If somebody's talking for 10 straight minutes on the next one I'm on of yours, I'll cut them off. How's that sound? After the 10-minute mark, I'll cut them off myself. And if you don't. Does that sound fair? I'll do that for you. How about that? Because 5 minutes, you should make your point. You got a question, you want to make your point. And unless you say something like, usually when you're doing a podcast and you have a point that's longer than 5 minutes because you want to talk about something, you want to hype something, or you want to lay out a theory, generally you say, okay, this might take a little more time, but just bear with me, I'll try to go quick. You say that at the beginning, or halfway through when you're up to the 4 or 5 minute mark, you go, all right, guys, I'm going to try to wrap this up, but I just really want to get this across. And then you, once again, if we know that you're trying to speed up and we know that you're not just using up time, then it's not a big deal if you're 8 minutes or 9 minutes or even 10, 11 minutes. As long as you're keeping the focus, as long as you're focused on the same point, as long as you're not going off on tangents, everything's fine. There's a method to the madness, right? Always is. Miss Connie says, sounds good. You'll be the emergency moderator. Sure. Well, call me that. I'll be Miss Content's emergency moderator from now on streams I'm on. But yeah, guys. Okay, before we hit the 3 hour mark, wasn't intended to, but this is one of if not my biggest streams I've ever done. That's hype as shit. Don't forget, even though there's only 6 people in here now, I'm glad I plugged it a couple times. But don't forget, 500 subscribers by March. Not 400, not 300, 500 subscribers. 500 subscribers by March, and you guys can decide what video content for the 500 milestone video in the first week of April there will be. You guys can decide what you want. There'll be a poll in the Discord in February sometime, probably next week, maybe the week after, and people can vote and decide, and we'll figure that out. Or there might just be a video and you comment and I'll tally it, something like that. Either way, hope you guys enjoyed. This was a fantastic stream. Thank you to everybody who was in here. All like 25 of you. That's crazy. That seems like a small number, but that's 24 people. That's a lot for me. It really is. And keeping up with the chat was crazy. So I had a really fun time. I hope you guys had a fun time. This was a hype 10 out of 10 chapter. It was greatness. We had a lot to talk about. It's fantastic. Like, comment, subscribe, all the fun jazz. Plug. Drink responsibly as always. Happy weekend to everybody. Great weekend. Everything, whatever you're doing, do it right. Something inspirational. Something motivational. Something that somebody will cancel me for. There. I think I covered everything without actually having to say anything. So, alright, everybody, have a good night. I don't know how to end streams. I know how to end videos. Don't know how to end streams. So, alright, we'll see ya. There might be a Jujutsu Kaisen stream this weekend. Look forward to that. All that stuff, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. Okay. We'll see you guys. Bye.